inches? That's pretty big.
I need to download those. Because, like, the 20th anniversary Pokemon 3DS came with, like, the download codes for, I think, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. Something like that, so I need to put those on the 3DS itself so then I have access to them. Well, Diablo Immortal wasn't developed in-house by Blizzard. It was made by... It was made by what? What's that company? Fuck. Not Tencent. The other one. NetEase, I think. It was made by NetEase. So, Blizzard didn't really develop that one. They just kind of licensed it out. Kind of like with COD Mobile. You know, Activision didn't actually develop it. NetEase did. Fuck. PlayStation has no games? I don't know about that one, man. If they didn't have games, I don't think anybody would be buying them. Yo, is it a double XP weekend? I think it is. Shit, man. I didn't know that. Fuck. I should have been grinding today. I need to level up that prestige level so I can make sure that I stay max rank. The Panda Lee apartment clip where she calls the cops on them playing ethnic music or whatever the fuck she said. Like, make sure you move into an area that has a lot of white people. Bruh. Oh my god. Dude, that shit was wild. You think you move into an area with a lot of whites, but it turns out there's not. It's like, bro, what? Yep, she really said that. Uploaded a video on it and everything. Damn, I thought I was far enough away from that. Shit, dude. Camping little pussies. Wonder what she's doing now? I have no idea. I don't really think she had much going for her in life. I mean, Phil basically brought her out when she was 18 to live with them. Can't imagine she had much of a career. I think she made candles on the side when she lived with him. Or soap. I don't fucking remember, but... yeah, I don't really think she had much going for her. I think she kind of had all of her eggs in one basket of eventually marrying DSP. Which is why she eventually got pissed off with him, is because he never proposed. And that's what I think pushed them apart, because like he was so obsessed with working and he wouldn't like ever marry her, so she kind of was just like, eh. See ya. Then after the whole hospital thing too, it's like, damn. That's Griffin in 10 years? What? Doing what? What am I going to be doing in 10 years? Hopefully a whole lot of nothing, man. I'll be close to retired by then, hopefully. But we'll see. Profit with the 2 also got adjustable desk. My posture needs sorting. Yeah, I kind of wish I could get one of those standing desks, but unfortunately, they don't make one long enough for me to put like all my stuff on it. I've looked into them. But yeah, I would love to get a standing desk. Like when we do videos and shit, like being able to stand up and do that, I feel like would be a net positive. You'll be cucked like Sneeko? I don't think so. Dude, if my girlfriend even like slightly hinted at the idea of, yeah, I want to fuck another guy, I'd be like, yeah, well go ahead. I just won't be talking to your ass again. See ya. That ain't me, man. Because I don't really see the point in being in a relationship with somebody if you don't want to be like loyal to that person. Like there's no fucking point in being with them. It's just like, break up. Go find somebody else then. Because that ain't the person for you. Like... Like, I wouldn't be in a relationship with somebody if I wasn't, like, actually serious with being with them. Like, I just don't really see the point of wasting your time. It's kind of dumb. Forsaken costs 100 million. Really? Damn, man. That's a fat L, because you know they didn't make that back. They should just give that game away in PlayStation Plus and try to recoup some of the money. Like, get Sony to pay him a little bit for each copy downloaded. No, Griff, you're insecure in your masculinity. Actually, I would say the guys that need to go out there and fuck anything with a heartbeat, even though they're in a committed relationship, are the ones who are insecure about their masculinity, because they have to go out and prove what a man they are constantly. Like Sneeko, bro. He's got to show everybody what a big man he is. He's a fucking clown. Dude is a sad little fucking cuck. A sad, insecure cuck. Like, it's just pitiful. I wish we still had the shipment 24/7 map, but oh well. Or a playlist. Waterboy with the 5, it'd be sweet if Keem can manage to meet up with DSP in person and have an off-cam interview with them. I think that would be cool, but I'm hoping Keem does like the whole documentary. That sounds very interesting. I would love to see somebody like actually spend the time and money to like sort all this shit out. Because, I mean, there's just so much there, dude. It's insane. Honestly, I think the LolCal podcast would be better with Wings, Boogie, and Low Tier God. I think that dynamic would be a lot better because, to my knowledge, I think Low Tier God and Wings have talked, right? And I think he's talked with Boogie as well. So, like, they're already kind of friendly with each other, and Low Tier God is so much more charismatic than Phil. Because I feel like with Wings, Boogie, and Low Tier God, you could actually have, like, an open and honest dialogue. Like, they wouldn't sit there and bullshit. Whereas, like, DSP would be so guarded. He wouldn't even talk about anything interesting because he'd be so worried about the trolls and shit like that, you know? Low Tier God used to be a really big lolcow. Not really anymore now. I mean, some people still consider him to be one, but he's more of just, like, I would say a entertaining guy on the internet at this point. Timothy Marco with the 5. Been starting Witcher 3 on PS5. Feels less janky than the previous version. Yeah, they definitely have changed that game a lot over time. That game used to be really bad at launch. Like, it was pretty similar to Cyberpunk in a lot of, like, technical manners. Shit. Oh, fuck, I'm done. Finish that one. Wait, let me make sure. Camo. Yup. Alright. Fuck. Done. So now I need to do this one. Mini. Barrel. Shit, dude. Being sick is gay. Waterboy with the 5. It's even more disappointing that DSP blew a business opportunity that was made for. Dude, it's wild. Like, it just shows you how obsessed and addicted he is to lying and being a victim. He's an absolute fucking clown. Like, Keem handed him the fucking perfect way to solve a lot of his financial issues, and DSP was like, You know, his fucking pride wouldn't let him just, you know, not act like a fucking dipshit for 3 seconds. Oh, Low Tier God? I thought Low Tier God was a full-time content creator. I thought he used to have a job, but then he switched to full-time streaming. But if he does have a job, that's fucking respectable, man. That makes me like Low Tier God even more. Which I already like Low Tier God. I think he has a pretty good head on his shoulders, in all honesty. He's pretty based on a lot of topics, too. Oh yeah, Low Tier God is definitely playing it up for the camera, 100%. I mean, almost every YouTuber and streamer does that shit, so it's not surprising. That wasn't a headshot? Damn.
Hostile care package deployed. Enemy UAV. Friendly UAV on station. Cover. Switching back. Target down. Hostile Overwatch helo in the area. UAV is orbiting the area.
That wasn't a headshot either? Damn. Unfortunate, man. Dude, a low tier god versus DSP boxing match would be fucking hilarious, but that would be like literal bullying. Dude, low tier god would clock the shit out of DSP. So the thing is with DSP being married, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but apparently his wife is on like the spectrum, and she used to be like a really big fan of DSP. Like there's that video of her sister like saying that Phil like stole her away from the family and shit like that. Again, I don't know how truthful a lot of that is, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's wild. Like every aspect of DSP's life has like some crazy shit behind. I don't really know the level of truth to that shit, honestly, but that's what the, that's what, like, this video from supposedly Kat's sister said. Again, I don't know, like, how confirmable that is or not, but it would explain a lot. If TSP can get married, any of us can. Very true, man. Very true. Don't give up hope, gamers. Damn, bro. I may keep one of these Charizard rainbow cards. These things are fucking sick. I wish I would have kept my Shining Star VMAX Charizard, but I sold it for like 900 bucks back in the day, so I don't really regret selling it, but that was probably the one Charizard card I've ever had that I've really liked. New Generation with the 2, have you seen the Low Tier God interview on Gideon YouTube? No, I did not. Because I remember, like, for a while, Gideon was refusing to be interviewed by Low Tier God. I didn't know that actually ever happened. Shit. I'll have to check that out. Gideon LTG. Yeah, I'm not really a Charizard fan, but there's, like, a couple cards that are just, like, really aesthetically pleasing to look at. Like the Japanese Shiny Star V Charizard VMAX, like that card is beautiful to look at. Like the amount of detail they put on it is really awesome. Plus it's like a black Charizard, so it's cooler than just an orange lizard. I don't know, that's like one of the few Charizards I would actually keep. But I sold it in the end, so I didn't like it that much, obviously. I think that card's barely at like $200 in the 10 now, so I'm glad I sold it for 900 bucks when I did. I could buy technically 4 of them with the money I made on the one I sold. I'm a closeted Charizard fanboy. Well, I'm probably like the worst Charizard fanboy ever, considering I don't even own... Well, no, I own one Charizard card. But it's just an EX card that I needed for my complete collection. That's it. That's the one Charizard I own. RIP. Biggest Charizard fan on the block, though. I like the old EX cards, like the 2003 to 2006 era EX cards. Those are the ones I like. I don't really like the, what, I guess, X and Y EX cards. I think those are kind of ugly. I like the silver border EX cards, let's put it that way. Those are fucking fuego. Like, those cards just hit different, man, when you hold them under the light. Like, I don't know. The old, like, silver hollow that they have on them. Like, even the Level X cards still have it. They're beautiful. Delta Species was the EX era, man. That's the exact era I'm talking about. I love my Pokemon cards. There you go. My Pokemons. Let me show you them. Guys, you want to check out my Pokemons? Griffin Pokemon cards or your mom? What does that even mean? Griffin belongs to the new... Wait, Griffin belongs in the new Pokemon anime with the 2 girl leads? Oh, shit. I get my fucking Pokemon harem going. Let's go. Yeah, I remember that shit. He was charging his viewers $20 to name a Pokemon, and then there was no guarantee that he would actually use that Pokemon. Oh my... And then he wouldn't name it certain things. Like, it was just like...
Bruh.
Yeah, Phil's wild, bro. I sexually identify as a Pokemon collector. You might say that. I think that's a logical conclusion to come to. Dude, I gotta find like some Pokemon baddies to hook with. Like, shit. That's the sad thing, honestly, bro, is like I've never seen an attractive chick with Pokemon cards to this day. It's sad, but it's true. Like, every single chick I see on Instagram with like Pokemon cards is beat like a fucking drum. I have never seen an attractive woman with Pokemon cards. It's sad. It's just a bunch of dudes. And chicks that could pass as dudes. Yeah, it was wild though today when I was at the card store. There was like 4 or 5 men. Like grown men, 30 plus, wearing a fucking Pokemon regional jersey. Like, apparently they were having like a fucking event there for like the regional fucking Pokemon trading card game or some shit. And they were wearing like fucking jerseys, bro. I'm like, oh wait, fuck.
Bruh.
There we go. I was like, what the fuck, man? Did they look soy? So, yeah. All of them were slightly balding, had facial hair, and they looked exactly like you would expect. Bro, I honestly have never met anybody who plays the Pokemon TCG. Like, that to me is a massive fucking L. Like, even as a kid, you know, nobody fucking played the game. It was just all about collecting the cards. Nobody fucking cared about the cringy-ass card game. So, it's a mystery to me why grown men play that shit. The game itself is boring. You didn't get a shirt? Well, I wasn't competing, man. I didn't have my deck together. I didn't have a deck put together. You generation the 2, how much to play a Yu-Gi-Oh game? I don't know. I own the Yu-Gi-Oh game. It's pretty good. Yeah, I've just never really... I don't know, man. I've never been a big, huge, like, card game person. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh was all I played. But even then, it was never, like, an obsession. Like, it was more of just like, oh, let's play it or whatever. But it wasn't like some, like, oh my god, bro, I gotta build my deck. 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 Like, a lot of these fucking Pokemon speds, like, spend hours doing, like, deck optimization and shit. It's like, dude, what the fuck? I don't know. Like, just play the fucking video games if you want to battle with Pokemon, bro. Like, why do you want to, like, throw down, like, some pieces of cardboard? Like, that's the thing, is, like, why would you waste your time playing Pokemon and, like, battling with cards when you literally have the video games that have the Pokemon in them animated with, like, full attack? Like, it just doesn't really make sense. Like, there's no room for the trading card game, I feel like. The cards should just be collectibles. I think it would be great if they got rid of the ugly-ass words and shit off of the cards anyway. Like, I don't really like looking at my cards and seeing a bunch of worthless text taking up the majority of the card that I'll never fucking even bother to read. Like, they could literally just make the cards like a visual thing and put like a description of the Pokemon on them, if even that. Kind of like the old Topps cards they used to make. I think those would be perfect if Pokemon would just do that shit. Oh my god. Dude, my throat is like killing me tonight. Shit's AIDS. Yeah, dude, they showed the gameplay for Dr. Disrespect's game. It looks fucking terrible. It looks like some shitty, like, CSGO knockoff, but, like, set in this big, like, open world kind of looky thing where it's like an extraction. It's an extraction shooter. Like, it's not even like an actual, like, team deathmatch shooter, battle royale shooter, or anything like that. It's fucking extraction shooters, like Tarkov. Which, in my opinion, is a major fucking L. Like, that's such a niche genre already. But, like, with the whole NFT shit, I don't know, man. It just seems like a cash grab. Yeah, we can watch it a little bit. I don't want to watch the full like gameplay event because it was kind of lengthy, but we can check it out.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It looks like a cash grab. New generation with the 2 Shroud is coming out with his own game too. Yeah, that's the new hustle, man. I mean, it's smart because Keem made a fucking fortune promoting a video game back in the day. And he didn't even have an audience anywhere near as big as like a lot of these guys have today, so makes sense. You can make a fuck ton of money. Like, you know, it's a great way to convert your fan base into customers. I wish I had the skills to make video games, because I have a lot of ideas for games that I think would be very successful, but fuck that, I ain't learning how to program. 04 Alphatron with the 10 just pre-ordered Resident Evil 4 remake. I've been liking the last few. It's pretty cool how they've been doing remakes and still doing mainline Capcom. Doing mainline Capcom been really good lately, and they got that new IP. Yeah, Capcom I feel like is the most consistent developer these days. Like, they don't really put out dog shit. I don't know, like, it's been a while since Capcom has put out like a truly bad, like, AAA first party game. Or I guess not first party, but you get what I mean. In-house developed game. Like, they just seem to be doing a really good job with like quality control and making sure their games don't fucking suck. Not to mention their engine gaming, in my opinion. Like, the Resident Evil engine or whatever it's called runs incredibly fucking well. Yeah, Lost Planet was fun, man. I've had Lost Planet 2 on the PS3. So, I like Lost Planet. Brian with the 5, is your social credit score high enough to get health care for that throat? Unfortunately not, man. I gotta suck some more dicks. Which is kind of tough at the moment. I gotta get that shit up. You should become... Wait, you could become Emily Willis? Hell yeah, dude. Whoever that is. The non-Americans always be exposing themselves? Pretty much. Do you know why? Because...
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
You need to get your throat game up like Mia Khalifa? Oh, gross. If there's anyone on this earth I don't want to be like, it's her. Nasty. Yeah, the cost of an ambulance is high, so it deters people from calling them unnecessarily. That's the thing, is like, if ambulance rides were free, for example, anytime anybody hurt themselves, got slightly inconvenienced or whatever, they would just call 911 and say, we need an ambulance, you know? So there has to be some cost associated with them because there's a limited number of them. And they can only visit so many people at one time, so in order to prevent unnecessary calls, there needs to be a cost. So that way they're not, like, you know, busy with a bunch of bullshit versus actually going to people that really need it in that moment. Because, I mean, an ambulance can be the difference between life or death, and if ambulances are busy with a bunch of bullshit calls constantly, there's not enough for legitimate emergencies. So that's also how you have to kind of look at it.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Oh yeah, and just a pro tip. If you ever do get a medical bill in the US and they hand it to you, like in a hospital, say, what is the price if I pay cash? Because a lot of hospitals will dramatically discount your bill if you just pay it on the spot versus having it go through insurance. Because a lot of hospitals will jack the price up on shit because they know it's going to be a pain in the ass to actually get insurance to pay the full amount. So they'll like greatly exaggerate how expensive it really is. So if you just ask like, hey, what is the price if I pay this and not go through insurance? A lot of times they'll come back and give you a dramatically lower price. Just a pro tip. Because like insurance will fucking fight with them for months over paying for like basic shit. So they just like they overinflate the prices so that if they get 50% of the listed prices, then they walk away happy. But if you tell them, yeah, I'm just gonna pay it, a lot of times they'll come back and give you like the real bill, if that makes sense. I mean, not every hospital will do it, but most will. At least from what I've heard. So on the topics of ambulance rides, I'm sure you could get that knocked down too. If it was really a necessity kind of thing.
We hold the advantage. Take it home.
Yeah, most insurance pays for ambulance rides in like actual, you know, cases of necessity, so typically you're not going to have to pay for it. Unless it's something stupid, like, you know, somebody taps your bumper and you pretend like your fucking shoulder's broken. Which then again, your insurance will go after the other person's insurance for that, so technically it would be free.
UAV is orbiting the area.
Yeah, they gotta support all those nurse baddies, bro. Yeah, nursing students are typically pretty hot, at least from my experience. Because they're usually, like, in good shape physically. They, like, have an understanding of health. Also, they have to work pretty hard, so they have a good work ethic. It's not, like, an easy job. Or school program. And plus, then they make good money, too. Yeah, luckily I've never ridden in an ambulance in my life. I've never been in like a scenario where I've had to be like hospitalized, really. I'm trying to, yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a hospital. Other than the day I was born. That's about it. Yeah, the only surgery I've ever had was to get my wisdom teeth out, which was done at a oral surgeon, not a hospital. Riding in an ambulance is an L. Damn. Guess I'm gonna take that off my bucket list. I remember like everything from my wisdom teeth operation. Like I remember like being in the fucking chair, like leaning back, and they just told me to like close my eyes and count to 30. Then I remember I got to like 17, and then that's when I fell asleep. Then I remember once the procedure was done, I woke up, and then we walked to like this room down the hall where they did like just kind of like a post-op kind of check, asked me questions and shit like that. And then they walked me out to the car, down a flight of stairs. I was with my mom. Then we drove to, I believe, KFC to go get like mashed potatoes and shit like that so that I would have something to eat. Because I couldn't eat anything, you know, that required chewing. So we got like mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and that type of shit. And then we drove to like the pharmacy to go get my Valium, which I never ended up taking. I think I still have those pills somewhere. Should have sold them. But yeah. I remember my wisdom teeth procedure pretty fucking well. And then like at the time, the only thing on TV was like fucking Ancient Aliens. So I watched like 8 hours of fucking Ancient Aliens after my procedure, which was interesting. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I wasn't like drowsy or loopy. I didn't have any pain really at all, so my wisdom teeth were pretty fucking easy.
Return to base.
Griffin needs a Latina mommy. That's right, man. Absolutely. I needed to put her taco in my mouth. Elijah Petty with the two of you watched Pokemon Has Gone Too Far? I think so. That sounds really familiar. I think I have seen something like that. Remember when the History Channel was about actual history and not crazy conspiracies? Or Las Vegas businesses. That's the other one, too. Las Vegas businesses and conspiracies. That's the History Channel's bread and butter. Although I haven't watched the History Channel in fucking years, so I don't really know what they still have on there. I'm sure Pawn Stars is still a thing. But when I used to watch it, it was like fucking Ancient Aliens. They had Pawn Stars, American Restoration, American Pickers. Shit, what was the other one? Fuck, there's a couple others. Counting Cars, I think it was. No, Fast and Loud was the Gas Monkey Garage, and I think that was on Discovery. And there was Lizard Lick Towing on True TV, which was fucking funny as shit. But yeah. Shit, I forgot what else. There was another one, too, for history. I remember Hardcore Pawn on True TV as well. That shit was fucking ghetto as shit. Just a bunch of, like, fucking retards trying to trade in their fake gold chains half the time. Oh, yeah, Swamp People. Yeah, Swamp People was huge for a while. Shoot 'em. Bro, I have, like, some Swamp People branded bullets from, like, middle school. I bought, like, these boxes of, like, 22 long rifle rounds. And, they have, like, the Swamp People branding on them. Like, the guy Troy or whatever. It's funny. Duck Dynasty was, A&E. But, yeah, same company, technically. History is owned by A&E. Yeah, Hardcore Pawn. Well, I mean, Pawn Stars, Porn Stars, Hardcore Pawn, Hardcore Porn. You know, they knew what they were doing. I'm Rick Harrison, and this is my pawn shop. Weaponized autism with the 2. I was more of an Animal Planet kind of guy. Oh, shit. Yeah, I miss when Animal Planet used to actually show animals getting killed. Like, that used to be so dope. You'd see, like, a lion maul, like, a fucking antelope or some shit. But now they, like, cut the camera when the lions pounce. It's like, bro, what the fuck? We watched this whole pursuit to see this fucking antelope get absolutely destroyed by this lion, and then they cut the fucking camera because, oh my god, it's violent. Shut the fuck up, bro. Nobody cares. We wanted to see that antelope get fucking destroyed. Like, that shit used to be so fucking satisfying. You'd watch, like, a chase for, like, 5 minutes of, like, you know, cheetahs or something hunting, and then they would, like, pounce on it and, like, rip its throat out or something. It was awesome. And then they just got rid of all that. They made it so, like, they would only use clips where, like, the deer gets away. And it's like, bro, what the nobody wants to see the deer get away. We want to see, like, some animals get fucking killed by predators. Like, that's the shit we're here to watch. Not this fucking, you know, Nelly shit.
I'm a Nelly! Ah! Ah! Yeah! Yeah!
Hostile care package in this sector. Hostile UAV in this sector. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Oh, Storage Wars? Oh my god, dude. What was that fucking fat white guy's name? Oh wait, they were all fat white guys. The one with, like, the crazy fucking hair that always wore, like, the wife beater that had, like, the smoker's rasp, and he was always there with his son. I can't remember what that fucking dude's name was, but holy shit, that guy was, like, just absolute trailer trash.
Confirmed one. We've secured the lead.
Well, yeah, they got paid per episode of the show, and then the show started planning shit in their lockers
Secured the kill.
to make it more interesting. Because I remember that one guy who was on the show started to sue them. I don't know if he won or not. I think his name was Dave or something like that. And he sued A&E because they kept planting shit in other people's lockers to make it look more profitable. I don't know, man. It was weird. I don't really know why he would have grounds to sue for that, but... Oski Woski with a 5, or you could, and bear with me now. I know this is difficult, but you can switch the channel. Oh, shit. I don't know about that one, man. Ancient Aliens is too informative. I mean, that's the real shit. But yeah, I don't know, man. Ancient Aliens shaped my life.
Gaming.
Or, you know, turn off the TV and read a book. Ew, reading? Yuck.
7 inches? That's pretty big.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I used to, like, Ancient Aliens is funny to me. I remember one of the episodes I watched, they had a theory that the sun is actually a UFO. They believe that the sun is a UFO that aliens sent a long time ago that's covered in plasma that is meant to, you know, help support human life on Earth. That's why every culture has a sun god, because in reality, there's actually a little gray man in the middle of it. But yeah, one of my teachers in high school was like a believer in the Ancient Aliens people. So, yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious. She actually believed in like the stuff they talked about. It was like, bro, really? I was like, oh my god. That's gonna be like Britt when Britt becomes a teacher. And I forgot what the made-up fucking scientific title they gave each other was. I forgot what it was called. I think Ancient Astronaut Theorist or some shit like that. Like, it was the most made-up bullshit ever. Ancient Astronaut Theorists suggest. And it's like, bro, nobody fucking cares what this guy who looks like he fucking microwaves his hair every morning has to say about anything. Oh, Naked and Afraid, yeah. Griffin is an FBI plant? Uh-oh. How'd you find out? Oh, done with this. Love how easy the headshots are. It's nice. Just play the game and have fun. Crazy. Oh, wrong one. Mag. Griffin a Fed. He lives in DC. Yeah, true. I'm a glowy. I never really liked Mythbusters, in all honesty. I never got into watching that. It was always kind of boring in my book. Mythbusters never really clicked for me. The pyramids exist equals aliens. There is 24 hours in a day. Aliens. 4 seasons in a year. Aliens. This is common sense. I know, man. People still want to, you know, deny the truth. It's wild. I don't understand why. They need to see the light. Oh shit. Didn't pop the top of my shaker fully. Oops. I just got a little wet, guys. Sorry. Shit just got a little wet and wild in here. That's hot. Yeah. Kinda. Dude, I watched this other show. What was it called? Fuck. It was on Netflix. It was the most dumb shit I've ever watched. Fuck. It was like with this British guy. I can't remember what it was called. But it was kind of like in the same vein as Ancient Aliens, only he believed it was like this super advanced Ice Age people. I can't remember what the fuck it was called, but it was terrible. Like, it was the most unconvincing thing I've ever watched in my life. And I'm like, bro, really? I watched 8 fucking episodes of this trash, and that's the conclusion he came to? Like, I was hoping for like some oh shit moment, but it was like, nope. It was like so unsatisfying to watch. Griffin has a hairy pussy? Well, yeah, tell your mom to shave, bro. Yeah, Ancient Apocalypse. That was, dude, that shit fucking sucked. That was garbo. Like, that was the most unconvincing shit I've ever seen in my life. It was terrible. He didn't make, like, a single, like, decent point. Oh, he's one of the Ancient Aliens motherfuckers, too? See, he didn't mention anything about aliens in that show, so I'm wondering if that's the reason why. Because he got made fun of for being a fucking Ancient Aliens retard. But yeah, that whole series was a massive fucking L. That shit sucked. And then they brought, like, fucking Joe Rogan on the show to make it seem like he was some intellectual. It's like, bro, what? Like, they had Joe Rogan on there as, like, a validating voice for the theory, and it's like...
Bruh.
What the fuck does Joe Rogan know about ancient civilizations? Is he, like, some archaeological expert? Because I don't fucking think so. U Generation with the 2, Adam22 got Red Foxcom's video. Really? Was it copyright struck or was it struck down for like community guidelines stuff? That's pretty fucked, man. I mean, bro, that dude self-fucking snitched harder than a motherfucker. For bullying? Oh my god. Yeah, the fucking degenerate wants to cry wolf. And what a fucking pussy. Yeah, the poor little degenerate wants to act like he's the fucking victim now that his shitty fucked up life is catching up with him. Poor thing. Everybody should feel so bad for his fucking degenerate ass. It's like a porn star like Mia Khalifa complaining that people sexualize her. It's like, no shit, dumb fucking bitch. What do you fucking expect people are gonna do? Your only selling point is flashing your fucking tits on camera, whore. Like, duh. Dude, Adam22 is one of the dumbest motherfuckers I have ever heard speak in my entire life. Like, I don't understand how that dude is popular. Well, I do. He had good co-hosts and got rappers on his show. That was it. That's the only reason that dude blew up, is because of other people. He's just one of those guys that was like in the right place at the right time. But he himself is a massive fucking L. Yeah, he's just a fucking degenerate, bro. Like, there's not much else to say. He lives a degenerate lifestyle that's, like, catching up with him now, so... Tough shit, boo-hoo. You're a fucking sexual deviant who admitted that you want to fucking statutorily rape kids. Like...
Bruh.
Hold that L, bro.
Team deathmatch. Year 1, you clear to engage all threats. Enemy down. Changing mags.
Ew, I do not want to eat Mia Khalifa's ass. That sounds disgusting. Dude, she is ugly. I don't understand what the hype with Mia Khalifa is. Like, I have never understood it. Like, her nasty ass fake tits, her fucking schnoz, like... Dude, there is nothing attractive about that bitch at all. Nothing. She ugly as fuck. Even her voice is ugly.
Friendly UAV. Covering your stick. Enemies deployed a counter UAV.
How about Miss Abella Danger? I don't really think she's that attractive either, in all honesty. I mean, she's got a nice ass, but that's about it, man. I don't know. Her voice is, like, awful, though. She sounds like a fucking 3-pack-a-day smoker. It's so fucking raspy. Because I've seen, like, the clips of her, like, on Instagram all the time. Like, oh, it doesn't matter how long a guy lasts. It's like, okay, sure, whatever you say, whore. You just want people to go to your OnlyFans. We get it. 5 inches is enough. Like, yeah, okay. Says the bitch who literally probably doesn't fuck a dude who has a dick under 9. Got it. Dude, these motherfuckers, like, really fall for these porn stars bait. And it's like, dude, they're just gonna say shit to make you like them. So then you go to their OnlyFans and pay them. Griffin would bang only a minx? I don't know who the fuck that is. Probably not. Sounds like a cringe-ass name. There's probably not many internet personalities I would bang. Because most of them are extremely egomaniacal. Like, they're obnoxious. Or they're just ugly. Like, I have yet to see a YouTuber that's actually like, holy fuck, bro, she's hot. Belle Delphine is the only woman for Griff. That's right. Before she did porn, though. Now she's spoiled goods, dude. Good riddance. I wash my... But no. I'm not into that whole, like, fucking e-girl anime bullshit. That shit's so fucking corny. That stuff is... That shit's sad. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't even like the fucking cosplay type stuff. I think that whole thing is fucking corny. Griffin tells the town bike to be gone, slut. That's right. Be gone, harlot. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's just like no desire for that type of shit. Belle without makeup. Yeah, that's the thing, is she is pretty attractive when she looks normal. I agree. But unfortunately, that's probably less times than not. But also, I mean, she's literally gotten fucked on the internet now, so I want nothing to do with that. But yeah, I don't know, dude. There's like, I've never seen like an internet personality or like, you know, YouTuber or some shit, whatever you want to call them, that I've been like, oh my god, bro, she's so fucking hot. Like, honestly, there has not been one. Dead ass. Like, I'm trying to think of one, dude. But I've just never seen like a YouTuber or streamer or something that I'm like, damn, bro, I'd risk it all. Other than my girl Pokimane. But no. In all seriousness, I can't really think of anything. Because, I mean, let's face it, guys. Like, the types of chicks who are going to be like normal, let's say, are not going to be the ones like doing Twitch streams and YouTube videos. They're just going to be out living life. Alright, let's go. Shit. They are office hot? I wouldn't even say that, dude. I wouldn't even say that. I have never spoke to a woman in real life hot. I think that's the way you could put them. Like, I am afraid to talk to women in real life hot, is what Twitch streamers are. Alyssa Violet is hot? I don't know what she looks like. I still laugh at the fact that Review Tech USA tried to claim that he watches a lot of female ASMR channels and then tried to say it wasn't sexual. I'm like,
Bruh.
There is no fucking way you're actually gonna claim that. I remember he was talking about that in a stream one time. He was like talking about how he enjoys watching like female ASMR content creators to fall asleep to. And then somebody said, yeah, I like it too. It's pretty hot. And he goes, oh, it's not even sexual for me. I'm like,
Bruh.
not a chance. There's no way dudes are listening to a chick whisper in their ears for like, you know. Like, come on, dude. It's just like, just be honest with it. Just say, yeah, I like ASMR. That shit's hot. Like, okay, whatever. Nobody cares. But it's not sexual. Like, okay, buddy. Yeah, I watch porn for the plot. I just really want to know if the girl gets unstuck from the washing machine. And if cum is a suitable lubricant. Yeah, dude, a girl pretending to lick your ear is definitely not sexual either. Ear eating ASMR. That's definitely not sexual. I mean, maybe I just want to imagine that a girl that I'm attracted to on the internet is licking the inside of my ear, but not in a sexual way or anything, just because, you know, she wants to know what it tastes like. Andrea Botez. She's the only I can. Is she on YouTube? Let me see. Andrea Botez. Huge boxing announcement.
Actually, I wanted to do a chess box.
Yes, and that is Michelle Kerr, one of the most impressive female. I will be boxing.
Alright. She's okay, but I have critiques. Get rid of this fucking cringy ass Nico lol looking fucking makeup. Like, get rid of all the overly done makeup. I don't know, man. I mean, she's alright, but she's got that fucking corny ass, like, overly blushed, like, makeup look. She looks like fucking Nico lol or whatever her fucking hoe ass name is. It looks like she's going for that look, which is a huge fucking no in my book. But I mean, she would probably be pretty decent looking if she took that off. If she didn't have that corny ass, like, Nico lol type, like, you know, schoolgirl anime fucking makeup bullshit, then she probably would look better. But yeah, she's not bad looking. I just don't like her makeup. But I don't like most people's makeup. I'm into threes. The fuck?
Got your cover. Changing back.
We've lost the lead. Fast hands.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of money in LA, though. Chicks over there, I've heard, are very expensive. Because, like, the whole way of life in LA is you go out to eat every night, you go out drinking and shit, shopping. You know, if you go out to events and stuff, everything's really expensive. Like, you gotta be, making that good money in LA if you want a hot chick over there, from what I've heard. You can't be balling on a budget in LA, which is unfortunate. Yeah, personally, I would never want to live in LA unless I was just, like, fucking loaded. Like, if I was, like, worth $100 million and I could go buy, like, a nice-ass mansion in Beverly Hills, get, like, a full live-in staff to, like, you know, cook, clean, drive me places, that type of shit, then I would consider it. But other than that, nah, there's not a chance. LA is miserable if you're not extremely wealthy, I feel like. Like, unless I'm buying, like, some palatial home in, like, Beverly Hills where it's actually safe, they get rid of the homeless people, and, you know, you have, like, a lot of nice shops and shit around you, I wouldn't want to live there. Because the traffic's hell, anywhere you're trying to go takes fucking forever. It's dirty in a lot of places, the taxes are ridiculous, so you'd already want to have made your money versus needing to earn it. I don't know. Like, there's not really much about LA that's very appealing to me, aside from just, like, visiting. Miami women are expensive. Well, any big city women are expensive. It's because it's just the way of life there, man. You know, everybody wants to go out every night. You know, go out to bars, restaurants, go to, like, sporting events, go to clubs, like, all that type of shit. I don't know. That's just the lifestyle. You know, go shopping on the weekends. That's just the lifestyle in big cities. I mean, that's like the way of life in, like, DC area, you know? You work, then you go out to eat or go out to drink, like, get drinks or whatever with, like, your friends and coworkers. Then on the weekends, you go to, like, sporting events, you go shopping, then you, like, sprinkle in gym visits, and that's about it. Like, that's the lifestyle up here. You work out, go out to eat, go out for drinks, and then go shopping and shit like that. That's about it. So, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the DC life. I don't know. Grifster can't drink whiskey and red pill at same... Wait, what? I don't like whiskey. The only, whiskey I like is scotch. That's about it. Oh shit, I should have had my fucking knives out still. Do I like alcohol beer? What? I don't like beer. U Generation with the 5, watch ABBA and Preach's video on the chick that blocked the guy for not wanting to pay $3 extra for cheese on a burger. Oh my god. Dude, that... Wait, hold on. So wait, the guy didn't want to pay $3 for, like, this chick's hamburger because he didn't want to, like, pay for cheese? What the fuck? Hold on. What? I'm confused. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about that. Even if it was his own hamburger and he wanted cheese on it, and then he's acting like, oh, I'm not gonna pay $3 for cheese. Like, I don't know. I think it could go either way. Because, I mean, shit, if they're charging you $3 for cheese, the hamburger's probably already expensive as fuck in the first place, so is it really that big a deal? Well, I mean, dude, people will be out here buying a bottle of water for $3, and that shit's like 3 cents to, like, actually produce, so. The girl thinks she's a 10. Oh, okay, so she's ugly. Ew, yeah. That's the thing, bro. It's very weird. Like, girls really do have this attitude of thinking, like, they are the shit. And it's like, bro, you're not even hot. Like, it's very odd. There's threes out here thinking that they're actually, like, hot. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? What are they smoking these days? It's like, damn. Y'all bitches need to get bullied. Yeah, Groovy, the thing is, in DC, like, you'll encounter all sorts of shit like that, where it's like, oh, you order something and then it's like an extra $5 to actually get it to the point of what you want. That's just normal in my area. So $3 for cheese wouldn't even surprise me. I'd be like, oh, welcome to DC.
Got your back.
Shit. Griffin MGTOW? How's that MGTOW, bro? Huh? Yeah, I'm like the opposite of a MGTOW, bro. My end goal is not to go my own way. That sounds fucking miserable. Like, who wants to be like a 50-year-old man who's never been married, doesn't have a family, and like still thinks he's a fucking like player or whatever the fuck, and like hangs out at bars all the time trying to pick up chicks? Like, that's such a fat fucking L of a lifestyle. Like, dude, by the time I'm 40, hopefully I'll have, like, a family, like, a big house, and I'll just be chilling. Like, I don't want to actually be, like, out there, like, oh my god, bro, which woman am I gonna sleep with tonight? Like, that shit's just, that sounds like an L, bro. I don't know. That just sounds really fucking lame. Like, I don't know, dude. I've watched, like, some of Andrew Tate's vlogs or whatever the fuck of him, like, doing his daily life and shit. And that stuff looks miserable. I'm not gonna lie. Like, his whole lifestyle he preaches sounds fucking pitiful. Like, I always see him, like, on these yacht parties and shit, and it's, like, the most boring, bland, like, just it looks boring as fuck. I don't know, dude. Everybody looks bored. They don't want to be there. And it's just, it's sad, almost. It looks empty. It just looks so empty and meaningless. Like, why the fuck would I want to be like a 35-year-old man on a yacht with a bunch of chicks that don't fucking care about me other than the fact that I have a shit ton of money? Like, that just sounds miserable. I don't know. That just doesn't sound like an exciting life to look forward to. And they all look like they don't want to fucking be there. They're bored out of their fucking minds. And it's just like, dude, I don't know. That just sounds really fucking boring and empty and like meaningless. Bro, I honestly think like the degenerate lifestyle that Andrew Tate kind of like promotes of like this fucking, you know, not getting married, fucking as many women as you can, partying all the time, stuff like that. I think that's more of the Matrix than anything else. Because like that's the perfect fucking consumer mindset. You know, blow all your money on yachts, cars, fucking expensive whores, basically. Like, that's literally the definition of the Matrix, if you ask me. That's like falling into the fucking trap of degenerate society. That's like Hollywood level degeneracy. It's just a different form of the Matrix. You know, you're still in the Matrix, you're just wealthy. Like, to me, getting out of the Matrix is when you can kind of do what you want whenever you want. You have your family, and, you know, you're just operating as your own individual. Not, like, trying to portray this image of success by spending all your money on dumb shit that has zero fucking meaning. Oh, I'm definitely not anti-materialism, bro. I'm just anti-degeneracy. Like, my idea of being rich is not going out to, like, a fucking nightclub and getting piss-hammered every night, fucking a bunch of random chicks that I don't even fucking know. Like, that is not my goal in getting, rich. Let's just say. My idea of being rich is having so much money that you can literally do whatever you want, whenever you want. You don't have to deal with people if you don't fucking want to. And you can spend your time doing whatever you actually want to do. And surround yourself with people to, like, share that with and, like, build up a family and that type of stuff. That's more of, like, my idea of being rich versus, you know, getting fucking piss hammered every night and, like, buying a bunch of expensive cars you don't drive. Like, I would rather have, like, a massive, like, property portfolio that I could travel to around the world. You know, like a private jet. That type of shit. I am definitely not anti-materialistic. That's a 100%. I love material. But I just don't need to buy stuff to, like, portray an image, if that makes sense. Like, I don't have to go buy out a fucking nightclub to prove that I'm a fucking baller or some shit like that, you know? That's kind of like the whole Andrew Tate thing, is, like, he's got to constantly prove to people how fucking cool he is and, like, how wealthy he is by, like, buying a bunch of dumb shit. Like, going and renting out a yacht, putting a bunch of, like, chicks on there that don't even fucking speak English in a lot of cases. And then acting like he's the fucking man. Like, that's a complete and total waste of money. But, you know, he's got to, like, keep doing shit like that to portray, like, this image, if that makes sense. But isn't setting up and buying for clout the image, or an image is what America wants? But that's what I'm saying. That's like why I'm saying like Andrew Tate's lifestyle is like another form of the Matrix. Like, you know, it's this whole fucking like Hollywood lifestyle of like partying every night, you know, having a bunch of different like, you know, women or men or whatever that you like are banging on the regular. Like it's a degenerate lifestyle. There's no loyalty, commitment. It's all about image and how you're like portraying yourself. Like that's what I mean. It's almost like basically just a different version of the Matrix. It's just for rich people. It's the Matrix for wealthy people. It's not like he's even escaping the Matrix. He's just leveling up within it, if that makes sense. He's just showing like the upper echelon of the Matrix. Weaponized autism with the two Andrew Tate is a psyop, maybe. But then he wouldn't be in prison, because then he wouldn't be a good psyop. But that's the thing, is like he just gets like so caught up in the degen lifestyle. Like I don't understand how you can claim to be like this fucking, you know, man, quote unquote, and you can't stay loyal to your wife. Like that's an L. I don't care how people spend it. If you're a man and you like commit to somebody for life and give that person your word to remain loyal to them, yeah, it makes you less of a fucking man if you can't keep your word because some like random chick flashes like her titties in front of you. Like, that's not, like, alpha behavior. That's, like, fucking simp behavior. You know, any chick gives you attention, you can't fucking resist. That's, like, basically simping. But at least you're getting some action, I guess. But it's still kind of the same energy, you know? Like, any chick that shows you attention, you toss some money. But Andrew Tate tosses some money and he gets to bang them. So it's not really that huge of a leap. Elon Musk is not based, bro. He has like, what, 12 kids out there? Elon Musk has a bunch of baby mamas. Like, not even joking. But I don't know, dude. That's just like the whole Red Pillars idea of like, you know, I just think there's a lot of hypocrisy in that fucking scene. A very large amount of hypocrisy. Like, you have all these fucking dipshits lecturing you about the fall of Western civilization, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll be like, I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. It's like, you do realize that marriage and, you know, families are a huge part of Western civilization, right? They're like, no, they're not. They're a construct pushed onto modern men. It's like, no, they fucking aren't, you retard. It's literally mentioned in the Bible, you fucking mouth-breathing Neanderthal. Like, they'll literally sit there and bitch like, oh, we need more Judeo-Christian values in fucking, in Western civilization again, and they'll be the same people that say, oh, marriage is cringe and gay. It's like, okay, marriage only benefits women. It's like, you do realize, like, you can't say both of those things. But, you know, they just grift. They don't actually believe any of that shit. Like, you got all these fucking red pillars on YouTube that talk about how damaging marriage is for men. And then in the same fucking sentence, they'll say how Western civilization needs to go back to how it was 100 or 200 years ago. And it's like, okay, dude, whatever you say. Because marriage was even more beneficial to women back then than it was for men 100 or 200 years ago. Dude, polygamy has never been allowed. That's the thing that's wild. Like, the only civilizations that have ever allowed polygamy have been, like, the Muslims and then, like, the Vikings. Like, that's it. Like, Western civilization has never been okay with polygamy. Dude, even during the fucking ancient Roman times, like, polygamy was frowned upon. Like, this whole notion that polygamy is a normal thing is completely fucking false. Islam and, like, maybe Eastern, you know, cultures practice that shit, but only for, like, the wealthiest of the wealthy. I just find it interesting that they can, like, conjure this ideation of what society used to be like. It's like that's never been the case. Yeah, that's what I've heard. In, like, most Muslim countries, most men do not have multiple wives. It's very rare. I mean, dude, that's the thing, though. It's like, what woman would want to marry a man who's like, yeah, honey, I love you and everything, but I need 2 other wives because you're just not cutting it for me. Like, what a fucking way to start off a marriage, man. That's gonna be a great relationship. Griffin's just mad his friend took all his potential dates as wives. What potential dates? Reading those open relationship stories makes me laugh so hard, though. Dude, that shit's so fucking... Like, it never ends well. It's like people just don't... It's like communism, bro. No matter how many fucking horror stories you hear about how shitty it is, there's always some dumb fuck out there that's like, oh, it'll work this time. It'll work this time if we just try it. It's like, no, it fucking won't, dipshit. Like, y'all motherfuckers need to play Far Cry 3 ASAP. Oh, man. Shit, I need a drink. It's like the commies, though, bro. They keep wanting to try the same shit over and over again, and it's never gonna fucking work. Shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, if you want to have multiple, like, you know, if you just want to go be a fucking, like, man whore or just, you know, fuck a bunch of bitches, like, just don't get in a relationship. I don't know. It's just, why even be in a relationship if you don't want to stay loyal to that person you're in a relationship with? Just go fuck some bitches, man. It's just stupid, in my opinion. But Griffin, I get nervous around girls. Uh-oh. Me too, man. They're scary. Especially as a 5'11" manlet myself, you know? They all just look down on me like, huh, shrimp. Ah, shit. Imagine not being 6 foot. I know. Hey, man, I'm 6 foot with shoes on. Does that count? Griffin about to pull and clap some cheeks. Probably not. Where am I gonna pull from, bro? My own apartment? Unlikely. Pull from my cards? Hell yeah. Come here, Charizard. Let me clap them cheeks, boy. Damn, bro. It's too bad I don't have a Vaporeon, right? Ha ha ha. Show her your Tifa collection. Instant panty drop. Oh yeah, man, absolutely. Griffin doesn't want multiple wives, he wants multiple husbands, only if they have 6-figure incomes. She'd be pissed because she doesn't look like her? Oh my god. Guys, I would hide all of my cards if a chick came over. I'd be like, uh-oh, better clean up. That's the nice thing about cards, though. They're easy to hide. It wouldn't be hard. Nobody would ever know. And then one day I could, like, you know, be like, hey, you want to know something cool? See this bed that you were on the other night? Well, underneath it is $70,000 worth of shiny cardboard. Didn't see that one coming, huh? Immediately, she drops to her fucking knee and proposes. Game changer, man, I'm telling you. You gotta keep it a surprise. She would be proposing to me at that point. Dumbest thing I've ever heard. Oh, I'm glad, man. That was the intention. That was kind of the point. I hate how afterlife kills don't count towards your next kill streak in the next life. They used to. Ooh, a nice heated pool. I would love to have a pool. Not really a big fan of the beach, but I love pools. Damn, man, can they give me some fucking ammo? I've gotten like 3 or 4 scavenger packs and still nothing. Griffin about to get shot by a nobody. Oh my god, dude. Don't bring up the ending of that movie. That shit pisses me off. Oh my god. Please don't. The ending to The Great Gatsby is just a fucking tragedy. An absolute fucking tragedy. I wouldn't actually clean my own pool. How else would my wife cheat on me if I didn't have a pool boy?
Requesting recon at this time.
Copy that. UAV online and orbiting the AO. Friendly UAV on station.
You generation with the 5, you should have bought that house. I lived in Texas. It had a pool in the shape of the US. Oh, that's kind of cool, man. What the fuck? That's neat. I want a pool with a waterfall, personally. Possibly a water slide, too. That shit would be fire. Griff doesn't like the beach because people mistake him for a manatee. Hey man, at least I'm down from a whale, right? Small baby steps. It's the little victories that count, right?
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
No, I don't like the beach though, because I don't like the feeling of being like salty and like fucking crunchy, bro. Like, I don't know, like that is like one of the worst feelings. When you go swimming in the ocean and then you're just like sitting out in the sun and like you can feel the salt like crusting over on your skin and like your hair gets really fucking nasty. Ugh, dude, I just hate that feeling. I don't know, man. That shit, that's always irritated me about the beach. Then also the sand too, you know, cue the fucking Attack of the Clones line, but you get it.
Check fire!
Hostile UAV in the area. Friendly UAV.
I can't afford this shit!
UAV standing by.
Isaac Hemmler with the 2. How can people be trans and non-binary? Yeah, it really, literally makes no fucking sense, man. It does not make a bit of fucking sense.
I'm an Ellie. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I love, like, honestly, I enjoy being out in the water at the beach. But it's what comes after that of, like, sitting out and, like, the fucking salt drying on your skin and shit like that that I don't like. Personally, I love, like, going in the waves and shit like that. Like, the more, I guess, rough the water is, the more fun it is. Like, I fucking love body surfing and shit like that. That stuff's fun. But I hate having to sit out at the beach after you go swimming and be like crunchy and shit from the fucking salt. That's like the worst feeling. But I do like going out in the water and stuff like that. That's fun. Also, I hate carrying like chairs and coolers and all that type of bullshit. I had to fucking do that as a kid and I absolutely hated it.
UAV is orbiting the area.
Because, like, my mom would bring all this crap that I never used, and it's like, fuck. I gotta carry all this stuff. Support has been really slow tonight, guys. You guys really need to step it up if you want to see a silly hat. That's right.
Open your wallets and give me all of your monies.
Do what the man said.
Target area marked. You're cleared hot.
Friendly UAV on station.
Enemy down. I'm reloading. Requesting recon.
Griffin likes it rough. Hell yeah, bro. More sensory input. Griffin would own a jet ski. Yeah, I wouldn't use it though. I don't like jet skis. No, jet skis don't require a license. Weaponized autism with the fucking big cock? Thanks, bro.
7 inches? That's pretty big.
You're broke. You're fucking poor.
U Generation with the 2, OtakuDaiKun came out with a new... Oh my god, please, no. Is he upset that a fucking 12-year-old's titties were not visible in a new video game? That's a shame, man. What a loss for society. I was a dog as a kid. I liked taking glances at half-naked 10s at the beach. I mean, I feel like that's a perk for everybody. Spend me shekels. Let's go. That's actually a pretty cool skin, man. I like that. 10 million. That's pretty cool looking. I'll probably never use it, but it looks nice. %90 done. Oh shit, I'm done. I think I already did this one, but let me check. Yeah, I did this one. I had a feeling I already did that. The mini back. I don't think I did this. Nope. This is a fun gun to use. A fat W, a fat wrap like steak and cheese. Wait, huh? New generation, oh my god, with the 50 react to their censoring mods.
Nigga, you ain't funny.
Alright. Jesus Christ, dude. You just had to check tonight, huh? Alright. I'm gonna play one more match, and then we'll do it, but I don't want to play on that fucking border crossing map, because I'm not gonna actually get headshots. Yeah, God Howard never left. He just became U Generation. Very true. Tickle My Walnuts is on the other team. That's nice, man. That's a creative name. Yo, what the... Oh, fucking stealth bomber. We're already getting shafted. Great. Ah, shit. Should've just fucking... Dude, that shit was so fucking creepy how Sneeko was talking about another man's eyelashes tickling his nuts. It's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Blue sent you with the 5. Just celebrated my 25th birthday with my family. Drunk as fuck now. Congrats, man. Happy birthday to you. Sounds like you had a good time. Glad to hear it, my guy. But happy birthday to you, dude. Glad your day was good. We have 2 birthday people in the chat. We had Prophet and now you, so that's pretty cool. I think both of y'all turned 25 as well, which is kind of cool.
Enemy care package incoming. Hostile UAV in the area.
Dude, I turned 26 this year. I'm gonna be old. Very old. Like, I'm no longer at that halfway point between 20 and 30. Now I'm closer to 30 than 20.
Bruh.
I gotta get my life together, guys.
I got your back.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Like, a good portion of my friends and shit that I've known for, like, almost my entire life in a lot of cases have already gotten married and shit. It's pretty wild. Here I am just, you know.
Gaming.
Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online. Friendly UAV online.
Counter UAV marking coordinates.
Copy. Counter UAV deployed. Running interference.
Shit. Do I feel bad about it? Not really. But it does kind of put shit into perspective. Like, damn, I should be doing something, like, actually worthwhile long term. Like, I should definitely, like, get my priorities in check, I feel like 100%. But, you know, easier said than done, right? Because I'm not going to be like, oh, dude, everybody I know is getting married. I'm going to get married. Like, that's kind of dumb. That's not something you want to, like, fucking rush into. So, not really much I can do about it, but it does kind of put things into perspective of where others are in life currently that I've known. Alright. Close out a cock of duty. Oh, I didn't know it was the Steam spring sale. Shit, I may buy some stuff. Wait, is Elder Scrolls Online? Oh, it is. Wait, Elder Scrolls Online's on sale. I kind of want to buy that. The complete collection. what comes in there. Damn, let me pick that up. $16. That's not bad at all. Yo, I may scoop that bitch up. I kind of want to play Elder Scrolls Online again. Griffin would rather stream video games than get a girlfriend? Not really. I just don't want to go through the process of finding one. Especially in this area, man. There's some crazy ass bitches where I live. Alright, so you generation will watch your recommended video. Paste. Oh my god. Of course it's an anime girl reaching out for a penis. Oh my... Dude, this guy.
We rely...
This guy. Weaponized autism with the 2. I bought Civ 6. The addiction is back. Help? Nah, man. Game on, sir.
on mods to fix broken games. But now we've got to be weary of a new threat. The platforms that host said mods.
Oh, dude, this shit's so fucking gay. I still can't get over the fact he literally played a porn game with his mom. That is so fucking degenerate.
Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. Dai here. Today we're going to talk about modding video games. Specifically, I'll be commenting on a recent Fire Emblem mod that's being censored. A concept that seems ass backwards if you understand anything about mods.
Yeah, well, Nintendo will sue the fuck out of you if you don't ban those type of mods. Like, they banned a bunch of custom Smash Brothers maps, I remember back in the day, for having, like, the trans right flags and shit like that.
In general, mods give power to the player to control how they play a game. It allows a game's community to create unique experiences that the devs didn't provide, or intentionally tried to keep from you. They're a breath of fresh air, considering games and the internet haven't always had the best relationship. Back in the day, devs only had one chance to release their game physically. If they shipped a broken game, it was forever known as a broken game. Now, thanks to online updates, those devs can patch and redeem otherwise faulty experiences. Sadly, it's also incentivized devs to perform less testing, confident that they can fix any glitches after launch. DLC has given the devs opportunity to expand on games, giving players more options and content while keeping staff employed between development cycles. At the same time, DLC has been used as a tool for devs to lock away content that should have been in the main release, keeping it hostage behind an extra paywall. It's that—
Oh my god. Waterboy with the 5, yikes, not this man. I know, man. You can thank U-Generation for the wonderful recommendation.
kind of thing that modding has helped fight against. If you wish characters were dressed differently and the devs didn't give you enough options, mods have your back. Create your own cosmetic DLC. You might find this kind of thing disrespectful to a creator's vision, but this isn't at all the same thing as fixing someone's artwork. Think of it more like buying a toy and choosing to play with it in an innovative way. Mods are a lot like building Legos while ignoring the instruction manual. Anyone against this notion would also have to be against things like speedrunning, at least the speedruns that exploit major glitches. Clearly, Nintendo never intended for players in Ocarina of Time to wrong warp to the credits, but such tactics breathe new life into older games.
Yeah, he played a porn game with his mom. What was it called? Like Honey Popper or something like that? I forgot. It was like a Candy Crush game where you like connect the fucking little dots to, you know, have them have sex. It was really fucking degenerate. Weaponized autism with the 2, Eugen. I will liquefy you and leave you in the desert. Nice. You should do that, honestly.
If you've ever used a Game Shark or a Game Genie, it's the same idea. You're having fun with a product that you purchased, and that doesn't inherently disrespect the creators, especially if you're still supporting and enjoying that product. Hell, in some cases, modders care more about a game than its own publisher. Mods can fix game-breaking glitches that the devs ignored. They can also be used to optimize a game's performance, uncapping resolution and frame rate restrictions. Mods are also capable of creating definitive versions of games.
Yeah, you can see her titties.
The patches of Fate Stay Night, for instance, allow players to combine all the new features and voice work of Rialta Nua while preserving the adult content that was cut out when the novel made its way to PS2. As of right now, no official release of the novel provides that experience.
Oh no!
Same goes for the retro Sonic games. There are amazing fan patches that bring those classics to life with tons of quality of life features and customization
Of course he's a Sonic fan.
options. It puts Sega's current release of those games to shame, especially when you realize that they were too stingy to pay for the rights to the songs produced by Michael Jackson's team, mainly Brad Buxer. Iconic tracks that have endured the ages are suddenly not present in the official definitive release? Hell no! Let mods fix that. By and large, my favorite kinds of mods are those that restore a game to its rightful form after
Oh my god.
it's been censored. Fairy Tales RPG, for instance, released a day one patch to put shadows under skirts, despite promising not to censor the game in any way. They falsely advertised their product, deceiving eager customers, so of course we count on modders to go in and rectify the issue.
What a loss for society, man.
We're sick and tired of being told what we can or can't enjoy, and mods help us express what we really want. That leads me to today's topic, the Uncensor mod for Fire Emblem Engage. If you enjoy this content, be sure to like, comment, share, and smash that subscription bell as if it were your waifu. Consider supporting the channel through a YouTube membership, signing up to Subscribestar, or Patreon. All three platforms offer the same perks, such as early access and exclusive content like my Lessons in Magecraft series. Without further ado, let's dive into the main issue. I already made a video covering in depth how localizers totally butchered the Western release of Fire Emblem Engage. Even though the game maintains its Japanese voice acting, its subtitles are woefully inaccurate, changing all sorts of things from romantic undertones, references to weight gain, and even a guy who enjoys watching women from afar. These aren't a matter of translation, as fans have already posted what the lines should say. Rather, the localizers at Nintendo Treehouse stepped in and altered any dialogue they found politically incorrect. Despite fan translations often taking forever to complete, a user on Vera's Hangout uploaded a patch that replaces Treehouse's awful localization with a more accurate translation of the original text. Chris1010 is still working on this patch, but in its current state, it fixes the most critical changes pointed out online. In a sense, they're doing Nintendo's job for free, and so they really are doing God's work here.
Is Nintendo his god?
Problem is, two different mod hosting websites, Game Banana and Lovers Lab, have either outright banned this mod or demanded it be revised by the author in order to stay online. Specifically, these sites take issue with the fact that Anna and Jean, the game's two youngest characters, appear to have romantic dialogue with the player in Japanese. Because of this, if you download this mod from Game Banana, you'll find that Anna and Jean's support conversations are no longer patched, while everything else is. In other words, a patch meant to uncensor the game is being censored by the sites that host it. Moderators on Game Banana have cited this change under Rule 13 of their terms and conditions, which, if you bother to look it up, is a rule that just says, our moderators can do whatever the hell they want without question, and you have to deal with it. As some have noted, what's the point of even having rules in the first place if you're gonna play the Gilgamesh card and declare yourself to be the rules? Naturally, regular users on Game Banana have contested this decision, only to have their complaints deleted and replies locked. We have screenshots showing the negative reactions and how they're doing damage control by hiding those.
Wow, dude, 10 people disagree. I'm sure the site is shaking.
Favor of positive reactions. While I do intend to go over the moderator's stated reasoning, it's important to realize they'll use any logic to make themselves.
Okay, there we go. The original Japanese version of Fire Emblem has a romantic relationship between characters of ambiguous age. It became apparent later through examination of the game files that these characters may be around the ages of 12 and 18. Oh no, dude. You can't see the 18-year-old flirt with the 12-year-old. What a fucking loss to society.
Themselves look good. With their bland PR speech, I suspect we can't trust them at face value. So how did this come to pass? Why are Game Banana's moderators doing this? I have three somewhat connected theories. The obvious one is that these moderators believe they're being morally righteous, taking pride in denying players an experience they deem inappropriate. Admittedly, this is a screwed up notion, considering the site hosts all manner of risque content, including furry porn of all things. Why draw the line here at innocuous text patches when there are far more controversial mods already online? As some have pointed out on Twitter, Fire Emblem Engage has Japanese voice acting, meaning that even if you use the butchered localization text, the characters are still technically saying what moderators have deemed impure. By that logic, if the Japanese version were really that offensive, Nintendo wouldn't have released it with dual audio to begin with. That's because the lines with Jean and Anna aren't remotely harmful. It's an adorable exchange, in which Anna merely says she wants to introduce the player to her family as a special someone. The claim that this is a romantic relationship with a child is beyond false. Do you really think people were hoping?
No, they didn't say as a special someone, as my significant other. There's a huge difference between a special someone and a significant other, you fucking retard. Significant other literally means you're someone's romantic partner. What the fuck, dude?
Hoping to buy Fire Emblem Engage so they could date a 12-year-old? Anyone wanting to get off on that would be severely disappointed, Japanese or otherwise. It's just as bland and boring as the rest of the game's S-rank supports. In other words, any players expecting this game to have a
Damn, bro, that bitch has abs. What the fuck? She's got like an 8-pack.
compelling romance arc with any of the characters are going to be let down. Hypocritically, a representative from Lover's Lab even admits that lowly characters are not inherently sexual. If that's the case, they should be able to realize that Anna being cute, possibly having a crush on the protagonist, isn't some hillbilly hurrah to start fornicating. There's a lot more to love than romance or sexuality, and it seems these moderators don't have a clue about nuance. Now, if it's not the moderators themselves championing this censorship, then perhaps it's their advertisers. Game Banana runs banner ads like most sites, and it's possible that some of those advertisers are threatening to pull their ads unless the moderators comply with certain content restrictions. Just like with YouTube, the proper solution would be to find advertisers with a spine who don't mind featuring on controversial content. But if we assume Game Banana is too greedy for that, then it's quite possible these moderators are either caving to demands or preemptively—
Dude, I highly fucking doubt advertisers gave a single flying fuck about the mod for Fire Emblem.
censoring this stuff based on what they think the advertisers want. If we really want to put on our tinfoil hats, then we can also question whether Nintendo of America is behind this drama.
That's what I would think.
We all know that Nintendo hates fan-made content, and has gone out of its way to threaten creators with cease and desist letters. Perhaps Nintendo is butthurt that the fans don't like their crappy localized garbage, and are desperate to deny us a proper release. While I don't think this is beneath Nintendo in the slightest, I'm skeptical of their involvement because if they really had control over sites like Game Banana, they'd probably demand the mod's removal entirely, rather than just a piece of it. Still, it's a thought worth keeping in the back of your mind, as Nintendo definitely has a motive to control the narrative on this matter. Personally, I chalk all this up to the staff at Game Banana invoking their woke or puritanical values to virtue signal. That said, let's look at what they actually declared regarding the matter. They start off saying that they're respecting the wishes of the developers who decided not to depict Anna and Jean's romances. The infuriating part about this that many have already pointed out is that localizers are not developers.
They technically are because they work on the development team in, localizing the game.
At the very least, they don't deserve to be referred to as such.
They're more so part of the game development team than anyone else is.
To defend the way Nintendo of America localized this game is to immediately disrespect the original Japanese creators. Those guys in Japan are the real developers, and if anyone should be respected, it should be them. Not only are localizers not proper devs, but Game Banana's logic is hypocritical when you look at the other sorts of mods that exist on their platform. The Persona games are the best example. Perhaps you've heard of the Trans Naoto mod from Persona 4. Rather than a proper translation of the Japanese text, this mod is essentially the author's personal headcanon that Naoto is transgender, and that she should admit as such throughout the game. It also removes any scenes or outfits that represent Naoto in a feminine light. The mod goes against both the Japanese original and the text that Atlus released with the game on its multiple iterations of Persona 4 and Persona 4 Golden. While I find this mod cringy as hell, I can't exactly complain about its existence for those who want to use it. I'm just bringing it up to show how being faithful to the developers isn't an adequate excuse. Persona 5 also has a no adult romance mod on their site, which does
That's right. That way you can only groom the high schoolers.
exactly as you'd expect, altering dialogue and player agency so that the adult confidants in the game remain exclusively platonic. Since these adult romance options are a feature of the game in all regions, removing or changing them would be seen as disrespectful to Atlus.
Yeah, that way you can only groom the kids. That way you don't get yourself mixed up in the wrong fucking scenario. Just in case you thought one of the characters might have been, 16. This makes sure that you know for a fact that they definitely are not.
So yeah, don't let them get on the moral high horse. It's not about the original, it's about the narrative Game Banana wants to spread.
Pedophilia is wrong. How terrible. What an awful narrative.
Going back to their statement, they continue to insist that they want to stick with the decisions of the developers of the US release. They state that Nintendo of America wanted to keep the romance dialogue away from Western audiences, and that the mod in question goes against those wishes. Duh, of course that's what Nintendo of America wanted. The issue is that Game Banana is suddenly choosing to side with the localizers when they should have no incentive to do so. It really does feel like someone at their side is in cahoots with Nintendo. Maybe not in an official capacity, but enough to have a clear bias in the matter. This is supported by another Game Banana moderator, who tries to lecture angry fans about the spirit of localization, as if that should have anything to do with the modding community. I wouldn't be surprised if people like this are just butthurt that localizers are getting called out on their bullshit, and as a moderator of this site, they're exercising an element of power to retaliate. While we're at it, this moderator states that localizers are not disrespecting the Japanese, because it's the Japanese that hire them. No claim has ever been further from the truth. Sadly, Nintendo of America isn't just some third-party company that the Japanese hire out. It's a core part of Nintendo's foolish attempt to appeal to a global audience. In that regard,
Yeah, Nintendo is foolish to appeal to a global audience. They've definitely done a terrible job of that. 100%, bro.
it's amazing that Treehouse didn't censor the game at its source, though I'm sure they tried. Also, many Japanese creators are woefully unprepared to realize just how much overseas fans hate localization, nor do they always get involved enough to find out exactly what was changed overseas. Even if a Japanese creator approves of the changes, that doesn't mean they weren't pressured into doing so. This dude also cites different laws and morals between the East and West, and maybe this would hold some water if Fire Emblem Engage had a hot coffee minigame with Anna, but this is literally just a kid having a crush. If there were something illegal here, the game itself would be in trouble for leaving in the Japanese audio. As such, this claim is about as flimsy as those people on Twitter who equate loli to CP and then go on
Oh god, here we go, man. He's got to defend the lolly shit.
to repost loli stuff without realizing the irony. As for Lover's Lab, I did a bit of searching and found content with a very childlike Little Red Riding Hood getting it on with the big bad wolf. So yeah, hypocritical as fuck. We've reached a point where mods, one of the few ways we have to fight censorship, are themselves getting censored. The obvious solution here is to stop using Game Banana or Lover's Lab if you can help it. Do whatever you can.
Yeah, just post it on a fucking Google Drive. Like, it's not that hard. Tony Esquire with the 10. Morning, Griffin. Activision was able to unlink my Xbox COD account from Activision, so now I can attach it to my Steam. However, I think my saved Xbox progression may still be lost. Oh, that fucking sucks, man. Damn. That's unfortunate, bro. But hopefully it comes back. I don't know. Yeah, the whole account linking thing is kind of tricky, unfortunately. But hopefully it works out for you, my guy. Glad they were able to help you somewhat.
Not to give these sites traffic. If you're on the modding side, while I won't blame you for still choosing Game Banana for its popularity, I encourage you to upload to other platforms as well, so that fans have options on where to obtain your work. At the very least, spread this video, as well as the news it pertains to, so that we can drag sites like Game Banana through the mud for selling out to the Western corpos they should be subverting. Regarding this whole mess,
Yeah,
what do you
dude,
guys think?
sellouts.
Let me hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.
No, thank you. Do I like anime? No. I don't. I do not like anime. Anime is cringe. Rick versus Yugi.
Bruh.
Oh my god. Bruh, these motherfuckers need to get lives. Like, what the fuck? Waterboy with the 5 Mama's Boy sounds femmy as hell. Yeah, it does. And U Generation with the 2, did you like the video? Oh yeah, man. I'm glad that OtakuDaiKun is standing up for our right to flirt with 12-year-olds. You know? Thank God. Dude, girls in period commercials. What the fuck is this shit, man? Little girl with alopecia gets new. It's Christmas Eve. Are your gifts animals that asked people if women were honest? Oh, dude, what the fuck are they? Why are people watching this shit? I just don't understand it, man. I really don't. I don't fucking understand it. So has Wings007 uploaded any of Wings' like reaction to like no, he hasn't. So I've heard Wings is like reacted to DSP. Wings of Redemption. All right, let's see. We'll watch
Wings
some
of
of these.
Redemption.
Here we go.
Boogie 2988.
We
I just want to make
drug
sure
you
you're
through
cool
the
with
mud
it.
for
Phil, are you okay with this?
And I'm gonna break the internet with this.
That's
what do you think about
fucking
that,
great. Hold on, I want to rewatch that. That was fucking great, dude. The tissue pop. Oh my! All right, that
So
was
what do you think
fucking
about that?
gold,
Do you
dude.
think that's accurate? You have an opportunity to
That was
put
fucking
5 figures in your
gold.
pocket, and you kind of give us your mindset there, because I don't.
It's all semantics
agree.
because who cares how you're talking or whatever. First of all, Craig knows how to contact me. He contacted me to be on this show. It was pretty straightforward. Wouldn't you say, Craig? It was pretty easy to reach out to me. It wasn't hard to reach me, was it?
No, I emailed you. Yeah, it was easy.
And when we were able to talk back and forth pretty reasonably with no issue, correct? I don't think we ever had an issue, right?
No, I think what we're hearing
Well,
here is
hold on. You think Craig is a big YouTuber though? Come on, look at this guy.
Oh, no, I'm not even saying that. This has nothing
Once
to do with
upon a
size.
time, buddy. Once upon a time.
This has nothing to do with size. This has to do with just being reasonable. If someone has a business contact line, said this is the best way to contact me, please do it. But instead, you go to your.
I'm trying to catch the front end of the talking about the match. I know they're talking about
I
live.
want DSP to contact me immediately. $50,000 on the line. It's hostile. It's disrespectful. It's unprofessional.
So you got triggered and were on the defensive. And
So this motherfucker threw 50 grand away because the way it was presented to him was unprofessional.
Dude, Wings
Dog, let
ain't
me tell
having
you a
that
secret.
shit.
You can put that 50 grand in a wet paper bag and throw it in my fucking ditch in the yard. I will clean it off.
immediately when you saw that.
I will clean it off.
You did not see that he was actually reaching out to help. You know,
No,
even
not
though
at all. I didn't even
it's-
know. People had to tell me in my chat this
So-
was happening.
So according to like what I've just heard, you were talking shit about him retiring, and he jokingly responded and kind of slapped you a lighthearted slap with a glove, but said, "You know what? I'm gonna hook you up anyway." That's the vibe I'm getting, and you were stuck on that. What year was this, by the way? Just because I
Last
kind of
year.
have a. So this was recent.
Yeah, roughly a year ago.
Wow. Okay. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a little further back. I mean, it feels like, Phil, you're in this time of like you're trying to find that way past this spot that you're in, and I don't mean to like call anything out, but it does feel like that's being stuck on level 1, right? And it feels like, I mean, shout out to Keem for like actually reaching out after you were talking shit. Like, that's not.
Dude,
that's,
Wings
that's
is
not
way
something that
more
happens.
intelligent than
And
DSP.
he was truly trying to help you out. Like that's
why I always
kinda
say like
surprising.
Wings is nowhere
I mean,
near as
if
bad as
someone was
Phil.
talking shit about me,
Phil
and
is the
I was as
worst.
successful as Keem, I'd been like, fuck this person. I wouldn't even acknowledge them. Especially as you say, it was just some small time. I don't remember what wording you chose. That you weren't even successful.
Wings has
in
gotten
your own
so
mind.
much better over the years.
But him talking shit to me isn't a personal thing, right? It's an opportunity for me to make a Twitter video and make some entertainment for my audience. Like when I go on the internet,
That's how you internet right there.
when I
That's
go
how
on the
you
internet,
internet.
I am not thinking about, will people like me? Will people hate me? I'm thinking, let me make a piece of content that people will enjoy watching, whether they like me or hate me or whatever. Let me make some piece of content that people are interested in. That's all I ever think about when I come to the internet is serving viewers. All right.
Phil, hold on, real quick. Phil, are you okay with this? You know, I don't want. Yeah, just with this conversation. You know, I mean, you came on to do an interview with me and Craig. You know, it was a tough interview. You know, we dove deep into
Weaponized
throughout,
autism
you
with
know,
the two.
what was
Wings is a
going on,
shredder.
and you weren't
to
prepared.
Phil's government
I
document.
didn't
Oh my
know
God.
that Keemstar would be on the show.
Dude, I
today.
just
didn't
like
know either.
even
It-
Wings
Yeah.
at this point
Yeah.
just
It all
makes Phil look like a
kinda
fucking
happened
idiot.
naturally.
This is the
And
internet.
As
I mean,
the
Wings
guest
has
on my
never been
show,
as
I
bad
just
as
wanted
DSP
to
in my
ask you
opinion,
if you're
but
cool.
Wings
Like, I would
nowadays
love
looks
for
like a
this to
fucking
continue.
saint.
I
in
just wanna
We
make
comparison.
drug
sure
you
you're
through
cool
the
with it.
mud for like fucking 4 hours here, bud. But are you cool that Keemstar is offering you money?
Too, right? I mean, we
Come
kinda
on, dude.
Put everything on
What the
pause
fuck is
and
that?
came and-
We
I
will.
mean-
Sure, but I think something good is happening here, right? We're working
Agreed.
through things. We're understanding what each perspective is. I understand your perspective, Phil. I understand Keemstar's perspective. So I got a question for you, Keem. Is this? You don't mind if I call you Keem, do you?
No, that's fine.
Okay,
Everyone
cool.
calls me Keem.
All right, all right. Is
Right,
the
all
offer
money ain't
still
good
there?
money, but we're not selling
for
crack
this
to
to
kids in this motherfucker. It's like the whole
I mean,
bookie
If
boxing
Phil's open
match.
to it.
I would say potentially, but not really, right? You know, I took Wings of Redemption
Here
and
we go.
Boogie 2988, who were willing to work with me and understood this business opportunity. And I'm setting up a boxing match between the two of them, and I'm gonna break the internet with this. All right. This is a awesome opportunity for Wings, an awesome opportunity for Boogie. This is going to be broadcasted on May 13th, and I haven't even announced this anywhere yet. This is an exclusive. It's going to be free to watch.
Oh shit.
It's going to be free to watch. And
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
Of course,
Since I am the guest, right?
of course.
I could
Yeah, please ask. Yeah.
Team, you know, again, I understand your.
This is
reasons
my
for
first
saying
time
I'm just making content people
because
wanna
he told me May 19th.
see. Is there any
So like I'm learning the May 13th date right now.
content that you think people want to see that you can make profit on? Do you have any kind of restraint? Do you ever feel that morally something is too far? Because I personally and many others hear this about this boxing match coming up. Okay, now let me give you my perspective. Okay.
okay.
Wings of Redemption, Boogie, two desperate guys. We all know they're down on their luck. They could definitely use some money, right? We all know this. They
Yes.
publicly project that to the internet. They're both, technically, from what we can see and understand, they're kind of unhealthy. Maybe not. Who knows? But you only know
Agree.
what they project, correct?
Kind of unhealthy, maybe not. Come on, Phil. You know, quit trying to have the persona of
Hi, I'm liberal. I want to be your friend.
like, bro, come on, dude. They're kind of unhealthy from what we could see. No, they're extremely unhealthy from what we could see. Bill Clinton with the two, what's happening? Been away from a few streams now. DSP, man. That's all I could say. This shit has been wild. And Tony Esquire with the 10 decided to become a PC/Switch gamer, as I've returned my PS5 God of War bundle back to Best Buy and gave my Series X to my nephew. Already began COD progression through Steam. No online fee equals happiness. Nice, man. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the way to go. I only use my Switch aside from my PC, so do not blame you for that whatsoever. Like, it's hard to go back to console once you get used to using a PC. 100%.
Do you not feel that having two people like this, overweight, possibly unhealthy, doing a boxing match against each other so that everyone on the internet can laugh at them, could possibly, just possibly, be either putting them in harm's way or maybe be considered morally reprehensible because of the repercussions that could happen during this match?
Here's my thought with this. Being one of the two people they're talking about, do I know that people are going to laugh at me because I have my shirt off and that I have no fucking willpower and they can point and look how fat I am? 100%. But at the same effect, I'm getting paid handsomely for doing what a lot of people do for like $200. Like, if you ever go to like a wrestling show and they have two like people with dwarfism wrestling for you for $200 a night as the opening match. That's what me and Boogie is. But we're getting paid way more than they are.
Do you not think they're adults that they can make their own decisions, though, Phil?
That's
I'm
fine.
just curious.
I mean, anyone can make their own decisions. That's
I'm
fine.
sorry, Kim. Please answer them.
What's my spar
respond,
footage? Let me
alright?
be your trainer partner.
Every single influencer
Did you send it
boxer,
to me on
whether they're
Reddit?
healthy
Bojangles,
or
thank for
not.
$10, man.
Waterboy with a 2. Laugh at them, more like give mass. Dude, honestly, like, I got nothing but respect for Wings and Boogie if they go through with this shit. Like, that's awesome. I don't know. Like, at least they're out there doing something, trying to get in shape and like get some exercise. Like, I don't have anything but respect for that.
Is putting them.
I mean, is it gonna be funny? Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, you know, big ups to both of them for actually, you know, showing up.
Themselves in harm's way for entertainment. They're all warriors, and they all deserve respect. Wings of Redemption and Boogie haven't gotten any respect. In fact, it's disrespect. Very similar to you, all right? And by doing this, they will get respect. Whether people laugh or not, they are going to get respect for jumping in that ring. But you mentioned that they're unhealthy. Of course they're unhealthy. But I can tell you right now, behind the scenes, and nobody knows this, both of them have actively already lost weight training for this fight. This is a positive thing in both of their lives. And I don't think either one of them have the ability to seriously hurt the other. Do you? Do you think they're in real
Yeah,
danger?
Wings is like, no.
I think I'm in danger.
I think these are equal opponents.
This is not a serious boxing match, Keith. They're not boxers. They don't know anything about boxing.
Hold the fuck on. I might not be a boxer, but I know something about boxing.
They're going to go at it, swinging, you know.
Are you going to
anything
watch?
No.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. I don't
Yeah,
watch
even
that
Wings
crap.
knows
I
it.
don't watch
Wait,
your crap.
Phil,
Are you out of your mind?
Dude, Mr. WWE super fan is not gonna watch influencer boxing. Fuck right off, bro.
You know who is gonna watch it, Phil?
Everyone else.
Everyone. Great answer. That's exactly what I would have said.
I just don't believe you. It really comes down to
Look
what
at
I
Wings,
just said a
he's
little
like,
while
fuck
ago.
no, you are.
When I look at like making content for the internet and doing stuff like this, my question is, will this serve viewers? And I know it will. I know so many people are going to tune in. I know so many people want to see this. And I don't believe you when you say you're not going to watch this. I think you are going to watch this fight.
You're so
Phil-
mistaken. You have known
Phil-
nothing about me then, dude.
Well, let's ask this, Phil. And this is just my morbid curiosity. If there was an opportunity for you, Phil, to do something physical, box, whatever, I don't know, whatever it may be, that was a
You mean get off his fucking ass and go get the mail? Because that's what Phil considers to be physical activity, walking to his fucking mailbox.
kind of a YouTuber versus YouTuber opportunity. Would you be open to that? Open to anything like that?
Wouldn't do it.
No.
That's not what I'm about. I'm on the internet to share my
For
passion.
positive content.
To have a cool social interaction with this, my viewers, my fans, whatever you want to call it. I'm not here to make a mockery of myself or, do a publicity stunt.
Bro, Wings
I don't
ain't
do
having
kind
that
of stuff.
shit.
People will say I do, whatever. It's your perspective. From my perspective, I just want to be in my lane with my viewers, doing a good, fun stuff. I have no aspirations of grandeur or anything like that. I don't want to blow up.
The word's grandeur.
Boxing match.
Oh my god. He wants to knock Phil's teeth out for him. Wait, hold
The
on.
amount of times that you've said during this interview that you don't really remember is shocking.
Because I don't document this stuff.
I wish I could turn down 50K while having $250,000 in debt. So that more boy can blow bubbles
really
after I knock
Bruh.
down 50K while having $250,000 in debt. So that more boy can blow bubbles
really
after I
did
knock his teeth
retire.
out.
Fucking base, bro.
That's
Dude,
fine.
that
So
intro
if I
is
could,
fucking great.
Finish why I'm frustrated and explaining myself.
Continue.
Because, like, look,
Just tell this motherfucker he can be
this
Little
all
Mac
started with
and
me
have his
retiring
passion of
and you
games when he
having,
fights me in
a
the
bad
second match.
opinion on me, and then us having that metaphor of, you being on level 1.
So that more boy can blow
I
bubbles
really
after I
did
knock his teeth
retire,
out.
like a year ago. I pretty much did retire. Now
Oh,
I'm
being
doing
healthy and shit.
DLC, but I'm not paying for the DLC. The DLC's paying me. And I'm doing more and more and more and more stuff in this space because I just love it so much. And it comes from a place of you absolutely loving what you do and loving these video games. You know who else likes video games? Wings and Boogie. You don't think the three of you on a podcast would be a good thing? You guys talking about games, giving your opinions, talking about
this is
current
untrue.
events
This is
and
not
whatnot.
facts right here.
You don't think that's a positive thing?
Keem, I just said right here on the show, I would love to do a show with those guys. I'm friendly with them.
I fucking hate video games for the most part.
So when
I hate video games for the most part, bruh.
I couldn't get a hold of you, and I called you multiple times. It wasn't once and you ignored. It was multiple times. I kept calling, I kept DMing you, and you said, "Oh, I'm streaming now," and da-da-da. Couple weeks went by.
By the way, that's
and-
false what he's saying, but I'll let him keep going. It's fine. Whatever. Believe it as fact,
No. We want to hear your perspective. That's what we're doing here.
Did he not call you multiple times?
He called me at least once, maybe twice, but I think it was just once. It could have been twice.
The amount of times that you've said during this interview that you don't really remember is shocking.
Because I don't document this stuff. Why do I care?
But how can you say with such certainty that it wasn't you, or that he didn't call, or that all these things if constantly I'm just calling it out, or I'm not trying to come at you, but I've just noticed that a lot. So now you say actually he called maybe twice. Could it have been 3 times? Could it have been 4 times?
It definitely
you
wasn't
didn't even
3 or
notice.
4. It was 1 or 2.
How do I know?
3 or 4.
I'm just
Well,
I
regardless,
specifically remember
I didn't
when
get
he
called at
me during
all.
his stream.
I agreed to it as soon as I
He was
heard
calling me,
it.
then
Like,
when I
you'll give me
great. I
50K
opened my phone. I'm like,
to do a
podcast
podcast?
because I don't have his phone number. I'm
Okay, let's go.
See, Wings isn't fucking stupid like Phil. See, I don't know, man. Wings has definitely had his redemption run. I think the worst thing you could say about Wings, in all honesty, is he used to e-bag for his surgery. Like, that was it. After he got past, like, that phase, he just became funny. I don't think Wings was a bad person, personally. I think Phil is a terrible person. Wings is funny. Phil is an asshole, like, pathological, manipulative little liar. Like, there's nothing genuine about Phil. The problem with Wings is he was way too genuine. Like, he let too much of himself show on the internet for his own fucking good. That was the issue with Wings, is he was too honest at times. Phil, on the other hand, is just a fucking pathological lying piece of shit. Like, there's nothing redeemable about Phil. The dude's entire fucking persona is based on, like, this spider web of lies that he's told for over a decade at this point. Nick Batista with the 2 yo Wings. That dude's spitting. Facts, man. He's got a much more base take on this than Phil does. Bill Clinton with the 2 Wings taking the W while DSP just speed runs L's. It's common these days, man. I just really hope like something comes from this and DSP's like whole like criticisms and shit become way more mainstream to the point where he just can't fucking ignore it anymore. Waterboy with the 2 Wings making a massive comeback. What a W. I agree, man. I'm happy to see it. Again, I don't think Wings is a bad person overall. I think Phil's a piece of shit. I think that's the big difference. Bill Clinton with the 2, is that the guy from the Tim Pool show? I think so, yeah. Somebody mentioned that. I've never really watched Tim Pool, but yeah, apparently he got fired from Tim Pool for like calling him out or something.
You got to convince me, motherfucker.
Why is he calling me when I gave him these specific times to call me? He's calling me when I said I was busy.
But
Why
even
would you
then,
do that?
Phil, you may be busy, but there's a call worth potentially 50 grand plus more on the backside of this that could take 10 minutes. I mean,
Change your life.
and once again, your true fans.
I
will
wish I could turn down
understand, look, I had to
$50K
get on
while
a phone
having
call. This is a really
$250,000
important
in
business call.
debt. I don't
They're
have
gonna
that.
stay
I ain't
there
turning
with-
down
They're going to
50K.
stay there watching because they want to know what's happening. They want to know more about this. Like,
I thought EDP
the
was supposed to
idea
be
of
like in
not
a
taking
hospital
the
or
call
some
just
shit.
because you're streaming, like, your fans will understand that, man.
No, and again, I didn't even know that was him. I didn't have his number. You know, I'm checking after the fact during a break or whatever. But the fact that this guy can't call me when I'm giving him the times to call.
These stuttering Craig and be like,
So first,
Keem,
he won't-
you looking kind of
true
fucking depressed over there.
interaction here,
What you got? You
I
got
had
something
to
in your
DM
voice.
him.
What's on your
He
tongue,
wouldn't
bud?
contact me. I had to DM him. He would not talk further in the DM about what this was
like-
until I demanded it. I'm like,
Look at this right here. Look at Keemstar's face right now. Look at his face, right? This is a motherfucker that was trying to give the guy to his left $50,000. And he is sitting there with that, knowing that in the back of his mind. I was going to give this man $50K, right? And he's so tired of his shit because, like, this man has sat here 25 minutes explaining why he didn't want to take $50K.
Or pick up a fucking phone. Literally get on a phone call for 10 minutes. That is all DSP is describing here for 50 grand.
to see if I'm interested. I don't want to get on a call with you unless you just say, what if he had said something I'm totally not interested in at all? I could say, no, we're not even bothering with it. He wouldn't, I had to like pull strings to get him to even say, okay, I want you to be like a host on a show. And then he wouldn't even talk any further. He demanded a phone call. I give him my number. I give him the specific times to call. He calls the wrong times.
Well,
right?
I mean, according to what I hear from...
He just said Keem called the wrong time. He could not accept his $50,000 call because, I don't know, it was on his 15-minute break between streams, or like maybe his wife cooked dinner and he didn't want his dinner to get cold.
Hold on, I just want to say this real quick. According to what I'm hearing from Keem, he was going to put up $150,000 to do a show with 3 guys. Like, that's a risk. That's him investing a lot of his income to try to help these guys.
Damn, Wings, you and
including
Boogie need to hit the side scrolls to promote this fight.
I think a phone call, wanting to do it over a phone call is like, that's nothing in comparison to what he's trying to do. All right, I just needed to say that, Keem.
And Phil, listen.
Do you want to know why I don't like the phone call idea? Why I wanted it in writing?
Keem's just like, dude, shut the fuck up.
In just a second, Keemstar, go ahead.
Phil, now that we're talking about this and we're communicating for the first time back and forth, all right, I can tell just by how you're reacting and what you're saying back to me that you actually understand that this was a great opportunity. And that's why we needed to be on the phone, is so we could actually communicate. We could hear each other's voice. We could talk this thing out. You can ask me questions. The text conversation, the emails back and forth, all right? That's not like really how business gets done. That's how contracts get done. That's how managers communicate back and forth and do deals. But like when we're at the very beginning of an idea and we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with this business, it has to be like real communication back and forth in a phone call, like it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it was so important for me to get on the phone with you.
Okay.
Do you agree? Or
Graham, thank you for the $5, man. I'm gonna tell you what Phil needs to do with his passion of fucking games.
Very simple. All right. Again, you have to understand, Keem. You have a lot of stuff that's said about you on the internet. You know that. We've agreed to that.
But
right?
so do you.
Yeah, I'm so sick of hearing that from you.
It's so frustrating.
If I'm
going to
deal with this guy, if I'm going to deal with this guy, I want our conversation in writing. Because what's to stop me from getting on the phone with Keem, having a conversation, and the next thing I know, he completely lies about what we just talked about to get drama on his content.
Phil,
oh no,
I don't care about that.
That's like me going to Craig. Like, hell no. I hear all this shit about Phil. I don't want him to come up here and start fucking wanking it on the show live. You know what I mean? That's like me believing what is on.
I thought he was gonna be like, I want it in writing because I won't, before I promote something. Like I'm doing the same thing because I've worked with Keemstar before, right? I won't like a legal document stating that, I'm gonna get paid for promotion and things of that nature before I actually promote a product, whatever it might be. But I've done things like, start training. I've done which, you know, my training right now consists mainly of getting my back strong, right? And Boogie's in the same ballpark. And there's a bunch of stuff I haven't seen I want to talk about, right? But like just today, me and my wife went and spent $250 getting her passport ready. And that's something that's coming out of pocket. You know, you got to buy trunks, boots, glove wraps. You know, I got to start working on getting sponsors. And I'm trying to get the sponsors, and Keemstar's going to be helping me try to get these sponsors. And that's going to put more money in my pocket.
So what Wings is saying is DSP's concerns were not only unfounded, but the complete fucking opposite. Keem is actively trying to fucking help these guys.
And like Phil, I don't know why Phil's afraid of money.
On the internet.
Because he's addicted to begging.
When I think this was actually it was a tough, but it was a good show, you know, and it was a chance for you to come clean and like really try to tackle some of the shit that's out there. But it's like you.
It's not for training, man. It's for we have to buy we're gonna have to buy our own hand wraps and stuff like that.
Using the same kind of shit that people have been using against you, but you're using against Keemstar. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't listen. I don't trust the guy.
You do hear it. You do see
I don't
it, right?
trust him. I do not trust King.
But once again,
you don't know me. We've never even talked.
How do you not trust the man when you're getting your information from the internet? The internet is not a real place.
I can tell you this. I do business with...
But that's the only place DSP lives is on the internet. You know, he doesn't have any social interactions aside from my wife, and that's it. All of his social interactions come from the fucking internet. Like, that's the only, like, interactions with the real world he fucking has. And Bill Clinton with the 2, Keem is intelligent. DSP should listen. Yeah, like, if there's anyone who knows how to make money on the internet, it's fucking Keem.
The biggest content creators on this entire planet, all right? I don't just run a show called Drama Alert. I develop video games. I represent YouTubers. I get them brand deals. One of my companies represents the biggest streamer on the planet. I have a long business history with FaZe, Mr. Beast. Like, you don't know anything about me. You don't, right? But if we had a conversation and you got to learn about me and what I've done and the business opportunities that I've created for this industry for the last 15 years, your opinion of me would be wildly different than you watching a drama documentary about me, something that you're against. Like, you know, this is blood money, but that's where you got your information from.
It talked a lot positively about you. Why do you think I watched a drama video about you? That's not what I watched.
So it talked positively about me, but by watching it, you had a negative view of me. That doesn't.
No, I told you. I respect you immensely, but I don't know after all. It's not just that. There's other things too. Other people that have said things.
I respect you immensely, but I didn't want to get on a fucking phone call with you or go into business with you. Okay, Phil. Nice fucking backtrack.
About you and their dealings with you. I have to kind of be protective of myself and my business and my family.
Was there ever
a story involved with you? I do. I feel there's a risk that I could be, you know, hung out to dry somehow.
I know that there's multiple things that I've done wrong in my career, like 1,000%. I have said outlandish things in the attempt of making entertainment.
Me too, bud. Me too.
Entertaining people. You know, in 2015, one of the biggest things, my team got a story wrong, and I went on air with the story wrong and falsely accused someone of being a pedo. It was wrong identity. It wasn't even the same guy. All right. If you look at that story and actually look into it, the person that exposed Keemstar for that and brought that to the internet was Keemstar. I exposed myself for getting it wrong. I right away tried to make,
Keemstar donated like $500 to
20
guys.
grand. This is like back in 2015. If you actually
Which
look
he's dead
into
now,
any of
that
this
guy
stuff about me, you're going to see Keemstar saying wild, effed up stuff, and he's definitely wrong. But you're going to see Keemstar making mistakes and trying to make amends for it if you actually take the time to look into it.
You won't see Phil trying to make amends for literally anything. He'll just dodge responsibility fucking forever.
Now, you're on this show asking these audience,
I think Scarce does still upload. I see a video in my sub feed pop up every once in a while from him.
detractors, these gentlemen running this podcast, to treat
Well,
your
he donated
story
$500 that
about
night
you
to him
fair.
because he was
I
streaming
should've
on
gotten
Twitch
the same respect
when he got the
from you.
news.
Or
and
at
like
least
he was an old man. He
respect
started
to get a
crying and
phone
stuff.
call, just so we could better know each other.
Phil,
But that
Go ahead,
didn't
Phil.
happen. And if I could finish, 'cause
Stuttering
I'm
Craig,
almost
give me my
done
motherfucking money, homie.
representing, you know, my
Shit.
point in all this.
Convince Phil to
called
take
him
that damn
multiple
money.
times. I couldn't get a hold of him. It rubbed me the wrong way right from the beginning when he was trying to send me to an email, which made no
It
sense.
is a shame, man, because, you know, Wings and Boogie could definitely have used that fucking money, and it would have been so great for all of their careers, but fucking Phil's retarded ass, you know, can't, you know, put his ego aside for 3 fucking seconds. Bill Clinton with the 5, I know why Griffin doesn't show his face. He is leafy and doesn't want to get caught and exposed. Yeah, I can't get banned again, man, for sure.
7 inches?
Bro, here
That's
comes a
pretty
big hot load of PlayStation 5s. Oh man, it's so thick.
Go get a job at fucking McDonald's, because that's where you fucking belong!
Griffin said the R word. What, retarded? Rape? Which one?
Fucking kitchen.
And I think 2 weeks roughly went by, and I went on YouTube, and because I was looking up DSP stuff, you know, doing research for the podcast,
No need
the
oxygen
algorithm,
tanks.
like, sent his live stream in my feed, so I tune into it. And I'm telling you, the minute I tuned in, I saw Phil begging for money to pay rent and utilities, and I just lost it in his chat. I'm like, I cannot believe that, like, you're doing this right now. 2 weeks ago, I was trying to get a hold of you, offering you the greatest opportunity you've ever been offered in your entire career. Phil, if this podcast was a success, all right, everyone in the chat and you are looking at $50,000. It wouldn't be $50,000. This podcast would make millions. It would be a wild success. It would be a brand. This is something that would be clipped on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram. People would talk about this, just like you're being clipped on your little live stream now, except for we would have an opportunity to monetize it.
Phil, do you understand?
And like he should have added that even if I'm wrong, you've made $50,000.
Yep.
Kind of the, you know, obviously, I think what Keem is saying, he has this business experience, right? He's offering you an opportunity, you turn the other way, but there's a lot of things that you're saying today.
DSP didn't just turn the other way. He actively insulted Keem on like his shitty little fucking Skyrim stream. Bro, I remember when this happened. Like, Phil was playing Skyrim, bitching about the fact that Keemstar just called him, and then Keemstar showed up in his fucking chat. And DSP's talking all this fucking shit in the chat. Like, this is the thing. DSP's ego is his worst fucking enemy. He cannot swallow his fucking pride for a second.
You're talking about, you know, Keem making mistakes, saying things, doing business the wrong way. That can also be said about yourself. And the things that you're saying are very, I mean, it's like holding a mirror up to yourself, because I feel like there's actually a lot of similarities between Keemstar making mistakes. You've made mistakes, things that we touched on during this podcast, right? You do understand the similarities between what your argument is for not wanting to work with him and the reason why you have so many detractors.
Sure. What I would say is the difference between me and Keem.
Zapaco, you said he's open-minded, Wings. He doesn't agree to stuff because of money offerings. I understand that there's things that you shouldn't do for money. Like for example, I'm not going to start selling drugs to kids for money. That's just not what I'm going to do. You can offer me millions and millions of dollars. I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself, right? But he's not doing that. He's saying like, hey.
Yeah, guys, I would do the same.
Let's get together. Let's sit in a fucking Discord. Let's sit in a Skype call, whatever it might be. Let's talk. Let's get a podcast going. And as a good faith signaling, I'm going to give you each $50,000. I think we have a product that I can sell, I can monetize, I can make all of us a lot of money. That's what he's saying. He's not saying be reprehensible. He's not saying that you got to step on people's backs. He's saying, give me 4 hours of your time, 6 hours of your time once a week.
Outside of wild amount of popularity difference, is that if you take a look at the body of work that I've done in the 15 years I've done it, all right, you would say, has Phil ever really outright with anything he's done actually concretely hurt someone to the point where, like, you know, wow, what a heinous person. People will say that about Keith.
My wife would hurt me if I turned down that kind of shit.
Bro. Jesus Christ.
When I have to make business decisions about who I'm going to associate with and who I'm not going to, that's a factor. And it's a moral...
No, honestly, man, I wouldn't do any sort of combat sports for anything less than, like, millions, because the potential, like, head trauma you can suffer, it's just not worth it, in my opinion. Like, I would have to get paid millions of dollars to want to do something like that, which is not realistic, so probably not. Like, to me, it's not worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to risk, like, permanent brain damage, which can occur during any sort of combat sports encounter. So, personally, for me, I wouldn't box anybody for really any amount of money unless it got into, like, the millions range. Then it would be worth the risk, but aside from that, nah, not really. I don't want to become a fucking potato.
Moral factor for me. It has nothing to do with Keem's business sense. Keem, you are a great businessman. Everyone knows that. I think you would actually run the podcast very, very well. I do. I would love to do this podcast with Boogie and Wings. I have a problem with you morally, dude, with the content you put out. I do. And
I'm gonna let him respond. Let him respond to that.
Listen, you just said that you've never hurt anyone, right? And you talking trash doesn't hurt me. That's just an opportunity, right? But when you treated me the way you did behind the scenes, this sounds like bullshit coming from me, but you hurt me. I was offended. I was hurt. Like, why are you treating me like this? Why can't you treat me like a man, and why can't we have a conversation? If you came to the conclusion that, no, I don't want to do this, this isn't right for me, that's fine. But you really showed me no respect at all. It was so disrespectful how you were treating me, making me email. I have to call at a certain time. I'm calling and you're not answering the phone. And then when people were asking, your fans asking online, why didn't you do this podcast with Keem? During this whole time, I forgot to mention this, he was still talking bad about me publicly.
Keem, you just said it. Like, just what you just described is probably the main reason I have a problem with you. You are someone who has no self-awareness, and you think that you're the most important thing. You tweeted on your Twitter that I should contact you about a business opportunity. No one does that. They contact the person about the business opportunity directly.
We all do it. We all do it.
Yeah,
it's the internet, Phil.
Phil, it's the internet, man.
You said you've been doing this for 15 years, but like, do you not understand the way algorithms work? The way anger is.
Yeah, you promote it to hype people up. Waterboy with the 5, you should have a soundboard button of Hank Hill saying "loser." Oh, maybe. Let me. Wait, do I? Shit. I have a list of shit that I've written down for the soundboard. Here, I'll just write it here. Yeah, I have some other stuff I need to add. I just got to make sure I have enough room because I'm almost full on both of my stream decks currently.
It's addictive and how people are hooked on crazy shit. Go ahead.
I want no part of that drama. I don't want to be on a podcast that is going to be about that. I don't want to be involved with someone.
That's not what he was. I don't even know what the podcast was going to be about.
He's being egomaniacal. I have to just listen
Phil,
to what you
I'm
said.
not.
Keemstar's being egomaniacal? Shut the fuck up, Phil. You live a lifestyle you can't afford on your own. And your ego prevents you from actually fucking admitting that shit, and instead you beg like a fucking peasant.
Keem, you just said my whole life should have stopped because you wanted to contact me. Really?
I did not say that.
My whole life.
Dude, a 10-minute phone call is not stopping your entire fucking life. But yet Keem's the egomaniacal one.
He didn't say that.
Answer the call at any time. Even though I gave you the times to call me. Answer the call at any time.
He did not say that. What he said was, the call I was offering was worth more than what you were doing at the time, and he is right. That day that Keemstar called Phil, what else was he doing that had $50,000 attached to it?
Dude, he made $5 in fucking super chats from playing Skyrim. What are you talking about, dude? His fans couldn't be without him for 10 minutes. He would have lost those $5 in super chats.
It blows my fucking mind.
Yep.
Because he took it out of my pocket too. Like Phil's morals took money out of my pocket as well.
Can I give you some
Amen.
context? From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, every single day, I talk to at least 20 different content creators. And this is true. This is not an exaggeration. You know, I run an influencer boxing, Happy Punch. We represent fighters that do boxing. I have all my staff. I have YouTubers and content creators that we represent business-wise with brand deals and stuff like that. And then I run Dromler, right? So I have to get on the phone with different content creators to validate stories or get people's takes so I can, inject that into the story to make sure what I'm reporting and what I'm talking about is accurate and have a full perspective, right? How all this business operates, right, between content creator and content creator is like Twitter DMs. It's like a tweet, DM me. Yo, let's hop on a phone call. When we're talking about contracts and stuff, then you have lawyers, you have managers, they're in emails, emailing each other back and forth. But the content creators, which we are both content creators, we are on the same level. I'm not higher than you, you're not higher than me. We have a mutual respect as content creators. We should be able to be in Twitter DMs and then get on a phone call. And you didn't treat me like that. You treated me like dirt. This is not about me thinking I'm God. This is about how you treated me in those Twitter DMs.
Keem, I gave you the times to call. You called at different times, and we never had another interaction ever again. How was I disrespectful to you?
So when they asked me, is this opportunity, still available? When I say maybe, because I don't know how I could work with you. You are very, very difficult to work with, to even communicate with, firsthand.
Because I didn't drop everything to talk to you, I'm difficult to communicate with.
I have a story, and I'm sorry if you guys don't want to hear the story.
We want to hear the story.
But I remember when we first got signed to Machinima, and a guy named Hutch, he's a bigger YouTuber than me, you might have heard of him. Hutch got hired at Machinima, making more money he's ever made before. And the first thing they had Hutch do was process all of the new Machinima entries, right? And Hutch was sitting in a Skype call, because back in the day, all the content creators used to get in a Skype call and bounce ideas off each other and kind of cross promote and things like that. The community was a lot smaller, and there was an in group, right? And Hutch basically said that Darkside Phil didn't want his contract because he didn't want to put the Machinima logo on the videos that he sent, right? Because at the time, Darkside...
Because he didn't want to edit, because he's a lazy piece of shit.
Phil was filming his TV, straight on. He's just filming the TV, and he did no editing, right? He would literally pop the card out of his camera, put it in his computer, and upload the video. And when you uploaded, Machinima had these logos and this intro you had to put on the videos when you edited it, and Phil didn't want to do that. And they threw a hissy fit. And Hutch was going over this whole thing where Phil threw a hissy fit that he was passing this huge opportunity up because he didn't want to put the Machinima logo on the videos, the watermark and shit. And then we fast forward that I wanted to get Phil on the podcast show, right? And then Phil gave an excuse that he was going to be sick that day, and it was 3 or 4 days before the podcast show.
Bruh.
I'm like, all right, man, cool.
What? Bro, yeah, sorry, I can't show up on fucking Friday. It's Monday now, and I'm gonna be sick on Friday. Bro, what?
Even though I have
what are you dropping?
Publicly listed ways to contact
What?
me.
Please explain.
Oh
to me
my
what you're
God.
dropping. What is so important that's happening? That
This
you
is
can't get on a
fucking
phone call
weak.
with me.
My work, my job. I'm here 6 days a week, full-time streaming to make a
But
living.
this job that I'm about to offer you would pay wildly more and solve all these problems that you have going on.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to
you don't
beg
know
your
what's gonna
audience
sell.
anymore. They'd
Huge
understand.
assumption. Second of all, I didn't know what the thing was because you never told me. You didn't call at the time you were supposed to.
It was a podcast.
We're going to give you.
We are going in a loop. You're
Yeah.
right.
Boogie fucking told you what it was beforehand, Phil. Midnight Mall with the 5. I'd do anything for 50k, lol. My brothers both have bad teeth due to biological reasons, and I'd say both their lives. DSP is just disgusting. Fuck, dude, he is an absolute fucking walking, breathing hell. This guy is he is a pitiful excuse for human life. Nick Batista with the 5. We need internet historian to make a documentary about DSP. I'm waiting for the dude, for real. Someone needs to make this massive, just fucking, like the Chris Chan documentary. We need some shit like that on Phil. There's plenty of fucking information out there to work with. I mean, Phil, I feel like, to a degree, is way more interesting than Chris Chan. Because Chris Chan's just fucking retarded, bro. Literally retarded. Whereas
either
DSP
subscribe, donate, or get the fuck
is
out.
self-inflictedly just fucking dumb. Like, DSP was the valedictorian of his high school class, and he acts this fucking stupid on a daily basis. Like, that, to me, is way more interesting than some guy who was literally born, like, mentally retarded. Like, not even as a joke, literally mentally retarded. Phil is self-inflictedly stupid. And I think that's where this whole, like, fascination with his story comes from, is this man literally did this shit to himself at every step of the way. Waterboy with the 2, Keem spitting facts. Absolutely, man. I mean, I could only imagine how hard Keem was having to hold back. Because, dude, usually Keem unloads on a motherfucker like this. Like, Keem was being so respectful. Profit with the 2 months, so he begs for $5 super chats, but he doesn't beg for 50k deals. Dude, that's the thing, is if he spent even a fraction of the time he spent on his pre-stream begging for money, answering Keem's phone call, he would be in a much better financial situation. That's what's even more funny. He'll spend an hour begging for money, but not 10 minutes on the phone with Keem for 50k.
It's happened a lot on this episode so far.
Right. So look, I think let's leave it here, right? A bridge has been gapped. You know, we brought a bridge together, right? I don't know if something's going to come from this with Keem and Phil, and there's obviously still friction there, and that's fine. But I'm glad you guys had an opportunity to talk, and I think more than anything, Phil, you're learning more about business in 2022, 2023, and how interactions, and the importance of being quick and nimble and things like that along here, because that's in reality that's how business works now. So
let me put it this way: if it weren't Keem, because again, I already had a negative association in my head of who Keem is. I had really very little interest in doing any work with him. If it was someone else, maybe I would have, but that's the association I had.
This motherfucker would have PewDiePie hit him up in the DMs like, "Hey man, you want to do a cross promotion?" And he'd be like, "Nah, man, you said the N-word one time on stream."
No, he'd be like, "Nah, you gotta email me, man. You gotta email me. Use my business email."
I have no issue working with the guy, so
that's what Phil's coming off like. Who are you, Deprez? You played
I'm pretty much
Dark
done.
Souls 3 for 2,500 hours.
I appreciate it, Keem.
Can I give you some criticism?
Did I play Dark Souls 3 for 2,500 hours?
Yeah, because I came in
that much.
saying that I'd be respectful and I wouldn't dunk on you or any of that stuff, but I do have some criticism that I desperately want to express to you.
As long as it's respectful and it's not,
I'm going to do this in the most respectful way, and then I'll go. And of course, you can respond. But I don't condone people harassing you, people doxing you, people going into your private, life and doing all this horrible stuff that they've done. But I believe the reason why this has happened is because people don't trust you. You don't come across as trustworthy. So when you're on stream and you're asking to pay utilities and rent and all that stuff, the audience is getting frustrated and they look at you like you're a scammer and they want to know where this money is going. Well, how is he always in this situation? What is he spending his money on? And that is the motivation to dive in.
Especially when he nets like $10,000 a month. DSP is not struggling for cash. That's what's so fucking wild about this whole thing. Is DSP nets tens of thousands of dollars every like couple of months. DSP in 3 months makes as much money as the average working aged male does. In a year. And people have kids. They're married. They have cars. And DSP somehow can barely fucking manage to sit in his fucking house with his wife that also works and pay his fucking bills, making over $10,000 a month. It doesn't fucking add up at all. Waterboy with the 5, DSP's attitude truly shows he'd much rather be a sugar baby than to take a life-changing opportunity. It's his ego. That's what it is. He cannot stand the fact that Keemstar is more successful than him. And because of that, he does not want to work with him under any conditions.
Into your personal life. You had an opportunity on this show, and I watched it, to just pull up the screenshot and show the WWE account. And you didn't do it. Your internet cut off. At that point, when your internet cut off and you were DDoSed and you were gone off stream, the opportunity is now gone. It's gone. Because while your internet was out, you could have made a fake screenshot. All right. You're never, ever going to be able to prove what your WWE account was or is ever again, because people will say he just photoshopped it. He just made it up. You're never going to be able to prove that
anyway.
You had one opportunity to do it right away with these guys, and that was it. And you didn't take advantage of it, because I personally, watching it, and so did the audience, thought that you were lying. And if you are lying, if it is true and you're not being honest, if I were you, this is the best advice I could give you, right? Is just be like, look, this was my account. This is that. I would ask for a clean slate, and I would do things different, because this restarting level 1 over and over and over again is the root of all your problems. If that.
No, fuck all that noise. Here's what you got to do. Get you a bottle of gin from Total Wine. Fire up. Get you a fucking Amazon Connect cable so you can connect your phone to the fucking TV. Screen share your TV. Drink your gin and play your fucking WB champions once a fucking week. That's what you got to do.
Fucking based, bro. That's fucking based. What the fuck? Wings of Redemption plays anime girl? I'm gonna have to check out this channel, man. What the fuck? My favorite Wings line of the year. Let's see what this is.
A few chronic lingering things that come back over the years, and then, yes, there's a medical cost. There's deductible, of course. You have to pay to a certain amount. But in a nutshell, I've been involved with a few legal things, and I've been involved with some medical things, okay? And essentially what's happened over the years is I can't really...
And this isn't going to help Phil, but my wife has cancer.
Pay them. Situations that I've been in, okay?
This isn't going to help Phil, but my wife has cancer. Oh my God. I guess that means also, like, he turned down that money. And because of that, now Wings can't help his wife with cancer pay for her bills because he could have used that $50K. Uh-oh. So let's see. I think we watched this, right? Did we watch this one?
Wings of Redemption.
Here we go.
Boogie 2988.
I just want to make sure you're cool with it. Phil, are you okay with this?
And I'm gonna.
So I got a question for you, Keem. Is this? You don't mind if I call you Keem, do you?
We watched that.
No, that's fine.
I wish the clips didn't overlap. Tax evasion. All right, here we go.
I probably have lower testosterone than Boogie Soggy Biscuit.
Because people say every day, where does your money go? That's what you're asking. This is where my money goes. This is everything.
He's got a good Hulu account.
I
Mine's
have
like
my
$14.99.
I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional now.
Hulu account. Mine's like $14.99.
He's got a good Hulu account. Mine's like $14.99. What the fuck?
Money go. That's what you're asking. This is where my money goes. This is everything.
He's got a good Hulu account.
I
Mine's
have
like
my
$14.99.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck? I don't know why that's so fucking funny, but it just is. Jesus Christ, man. Reverie Coffin's other son with a 10. DSP's voice is as unpleasant as nails on a chalkboard. He has excuses, excuses, excuses. That's all Phil has. That's right. But he also has my wife, right? He's got his wife and his family, aka his fucking cat.
Sorry, I'm getting emotional now.
Or I guess both of his cats.
Fun fact, you don't got to call your cable
Yeah,
company to change your IP. You can just unplug your router for a while.
Yep.
And I feel like we do need to kind of address. And I want to circle back to like the business expenses because we talked about the 5K, we talked about that, and but we didn't really get an answer, right? Like, and this kind of all ties in together. The idea of like, as somebody who works online, I've been doing this for a long time as well. I understand that spending 5K on anything is a lot, and the idea of a mortgage being a business expense, that's not necessarily true. You can from a tax perspective, you can allow me to tell you, because from a tax perspective, you can take the square footage of your office space in your house.
Yeah, I wish it was.
That could be deductible, right? And you can use that as a business expense. You can take the internet and do those things, but your entire house, your entire mortgage is not something that can be a
right. You do it by square footage. You can do square footage. You can do like your cell phone. You can do your internet bill.
Right.
Yep.
You can do a percentage of your electric bill.
Yep.
But with all that said, I feel like there's
like all I expense is my internet bill, I think 300-ish square feet that my office is consisting of, and then I don't do my utilities. I don't think. Yeah, I don't put electric on there. But you 100% cannot expense the entirety of your rent or mortgage. The only way you can do that is if your entire like space is used strictly for work. So like if you rent an office, then you could do the entirety of the rent. But otherwise, absolutely fucking not.
With everything lined up, right? There's still a lot. Like, are you spending?
Hey Tam, thanks for restreaming. Thank you, dude.
What are you
Thanks for the
spending
50.
that money on it? Because you can pay for meals out and things like that as long as you technically talk about business.
Thank you, 50.
And
I was saying like I don't file long form anymore.
I should do the eating out thing, but yeah, I don't go anywhere out to eat, so unfortunate.
But when I filed long form, you're allowed to do square footage of your office.
Whatever, right?
Like a home office space, you're allowed to do a percentage of your cell phone bill, a percentage of your internet bill, and a percentage of like your electric bill.
Streamer who works 12 hours a day, kind of walk me through this.
Well, again, I could tell you what I'm doing now.
I probably have lower testosterone than Boogie Soggy Biscuit.
Like 2019, I think, right? Is that a tax return for my
but I want to know about today. Like your expenses that you have on a month-to-month basis. What do those look like?
This guy's hitting them fucking hard, dog.
You know what? How about this? Give me 1 second.
Sure, do your thing. Yeah, this should be fun. All right, Phil.
I like that fucking like.
Looks like I wonder what this could be a surprise.
I like that punch out like picture he has behind him.
Yes.
I do something that no one else does. I use paper and I write on it.
There is nothing on that paper. Blue sent you with the 5. At this point, I can say Wings is a way better person than DSP, honestly. DSP is stupid. He didn't want 50K for doing nothing. He loves being broke. It's like that whole principle of cross addiction. It's like people who are cigarette addicts, like smoking, they're addicted to smoking. And because they associate like drinking with when they smoke, like say, oh, they primarily smoke when they go out to like a bar or some shit. You become not only addicted to like the tobacco, but you get addicted to drinking as well because your mind associates the two activities together. So that's what I think has happened with Phil. he's addicted to gambling and spending money on like these mobile games. But at the same time, how does he obtain the money to be able to spend on those mobile games? He gets on stream and begs. Do you kind of see what I'm getting at here? It's like the act of begging has become one and the same with him being able to spend money on a mobile game. So his addiction to spending money on mobile games and doing like the whole gotcha shit, you know, has basically spread out into the act of him obtaining that money as well, which the way he obtains that money is begging. So if he doesn't go through the act of pleading poverty, begging, and everything like that, he doesn't get that same dopamine hit that he would if he just spent money on the game itself. He has to go through the cycle of begging for the money, getting the money, and then spending the money to get that same kind of release that he used to get when he used to just spend the money, when he was making a ton of money without having to beg. But yeah, it's a pretty common thing, honestly. Like, it happens, especially with people with really addictive personalities, which Phil was a alcoholic as well, so he definitely has an addictive personality, 100%.
It's a track thing. No one else does this, right?
Now hold on, Phil. Before you show anything, I want to.
I'm not going to show. I'm going to read.
Okay.
I'm going to read some things. Don't worry. I'm not going to show anything. I'm going to read some things. What I'd like to do is kind of go through here because people say every day, "Where does your money go?" Essentially that's what you're asking, right? Where does the money go? That's coming in. I will 100. You guys are chopping. Tell me.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Here we go. I'm going to go through this. I'm not exaggerating. Line for line, this is what I'm paying this month. And this is where all my money goes, plus a few other things. Okay? And this is literally all of it.
Great.
I have a subscription to Hulu. It's $10 a month.
Business expense. Okay?
Definitely not a business expense. I'm just saying this is where my money goes. This is everything. I'm serious. I'm going to cover it all.
He's got a good Hulu account. Mine's like $14.99.
I have 2 internet lines that I pay for. They're very expensive because they're unlimited internet. It's it's not an hour. It's like you have to pay a ton of money.
Hourly? Who pays for hourly internet?
No, not hourly. I said unlimited.
Oh, I thought you said that. Okay, you go ahead.
I'm sorry. I meant to say data rates, not hourly. My bad.
Got it.
Data rates. You know how much you use.
Okay.
I have my dues here where I live. I live in a community, a condo facility community, so it's the dues.
Condo.
Why didn't he give the number for the internet?
Let's see here.
So I used to have 2 internet lines myself, and I used to have 2 expensive internet lines, and I did that because they didn't give me enough
I'm reading off
upload.
everything. I don't care. I'm reading off everything so you know where my money goes. Because this is the this is what
and
you want.
it was expensive. It was like $250
I don't think that's the case. I think it was
each line, so it was like $500 a month.
Business expenses that they were like, what is going on with this? Like, how is this the case? So you're now giving them more shit when you were seemingly very nervous about giving anyone any more information that isn't public. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to, before you continue, it just seems
I don't
like
do that
it's
no more. My
counterintuitive
internet bill
for
now is
what-
$89 a month.
where you
But like what happened is they
said
upgraded the
your
infrastructure,
stance is on, like,
and now like I
reviewing
get
public
gigabyte
information.
internet.
So, like,
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
And like I was paying $250 a line for 15 by 2.
Yeah, I get that, but
And
still,
I
it's still
needed
personal
2
stuff.
lines,
It's like,
but and I could justify it because I was making lots of money.
That's not
Like it was
what the
$250 a
subject was
line,
about. It was about the
so I could have one line I uploaded on
These aren't
and
business
one line that I
expenses
played
you're
on.
reading off. This is personal stuff.
Right, so like I could upload on one line and then I could play on another line. So like I didn't have to like take breaks from like playing Call of Duty so I could get more matches. I was doing like 3 videos a
Your
day.
personal expenses.
Because people want to know where my money
But like,
you're asking,
but the internet's gotten way better now, so I don't have to do that no more. So as soon as my, you also got to sign a contract.
On the internet,
and mine was a 10-year contract, so I signed 10 years. I had to pay that, or they could have sued me.
And then like, I
So
don't know
like
where this
then,
like $500,000 thing is,
you know.
or what that even is. But there's some question.
So you might be in
I don't
like
know.
some type of
I heard,
phone
I didn't
contract
look
for that
into
internet line.
that much because I have multiple shows that I do, and I couldn't dedicate too much to learning about you. So I figured I'd come and just hear from you. But like that's from what I've seen, it's the business expenses that's what people want to know about. Like how are you spending
what are
that
your
much money
actual
on the
business expenses? He doesn't have any business expenses. The only thing DSP can actually fucking deduct is the cost of his internet, the cost of the games that he purchases that he streams, not his fucking WWE Champions microtransactions, which he does expense on his tax returns. And then also the square footage of his office, and then any editing software, whatever he pays a license for. That's literally it. Aside from that, all of that other stuff is fucking personal. Like, that's the thing. It's wild, man. There is not a lot of, like, capital requirement to do this fucking job. It's very easy. And, you know, Phil somehow arriving at $5,000 a month to be a fucking YouTuber is completely unrealistic. Especially one who doesn't pay fucking staff to edit for him. Like, if he had an editor, maybe, but we know that's not the fucking case.
Thing, if you were to nickel and dime every single transaction I do, when it comes to, like, video games and stuff like that, I don't think it gets close to that. I think it's, I don't know how it was divvied out in those, you know, in that report or whatever they used for the bankruptcy. I don't know how it's calculated. You know.
But you said you went line by line with the judge, going over your expenses, but you don't know how it was divvied up. Okay, bro, sure.
I'm not my bankruptcy attorney. I'm not my CPA. I know it's done right because I went through it with the bankruptcy judge.
You know, one thing...
He went through it with the bankruptcy judge, but he doesn't know how it was done. Okay, retard.
About Phil, I've always wondered, like, why does he have an actual tax attorney do his taxes instead of just an accountant?
How much
like,
debt
he's paying through his teeth before
I'm trying to take a
attorney rates. When a regular accountant can do his stuff just as well.
No, right? I mean, if that's...
I can pause the video.
I don't know the total.
I didn't know if you guys wanted to keep up with it live. But that's the thing, right? Like Phil is talking about he has like a CPA and he has like a tax attorney and stuff like that. Tax attorneys cost like $250, $300 an hour.
Yep.
To put that in perspective, I paid my accountant like $300 for the last year to do all my tax stuff. Right? I pay him like $250 to do my end of the year taxes, and then I pay them for quarterly projections and things like that.
Seems like a pretty big moment in your life that you would know.
I never, you know, it's not a milestone. Oh man.
I never paid attention. Shut the fuck up, Phil. You were literally the most money-obsessed retard on this platform, and you didn't pay attention to money? Bullshit. Look at him. He's throwing up his arms dramatically, trying to fucking distract.
I'm so happy I got $500,000 off my bank.
I'm not saying it's a good milestone.
No,
but...
it's a horrible milestone. So I want to move past and forget and get, you know, put in the past. But I don't know. Maybe that's what that number is. But again, I don't know.
He doesn't know. He doesn't even know how much debt he was in. Shut the fuck up.
Line item by line item, I don't know. It's from years and years ago. And,
It's from fucking
John,
2 years ago.
$500 for spark plugs. I went through this and I debunked this myself because his spark plugs are sitting on top, but some people could pay $500 to $1,000 for spark plugs for a variety of reasons. Some people have like hemispherical engines or Hemis. They have 2 spark plugs per cylinder, so they have 16 plugs they got to change, and they do that for, you know, top dead center burn. Some things like my red Mustang, the 3.7 liter Cyclone.
It's a V6.
Half of the spark plugs are sitting under the intake, so like when you change the spark plugs, you also got to change the intake because you got to break the seal on the gasket to change the spark plugs. So that could be an issue as well. But like Phil just got ripped off. I mean.
Uh-oh, guys, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, you froze again.
You're good.
Look at him. He's doing this shit to try and distract from the topic. He's like, oh, you guys froze again. Let's move on to something else.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Well, they call me Mr. Freeze, so.
Okay. But yeah, like I don't have that. I don't know. I would assume, this is my assuming, that data includes anything that's considered associated with the business or not. I don't know. Again, I can, without going through it, because I'm not going to go through all of it anyway. That would be exposure to talk about all that stuff, I feel. Okay.
I know I'm pausing a lot, and I'm sorry, but I feel like I got to do my own critique, because if I'm going to sit here, just sitting here watching it is basically stealing. But Phil, this is not going to help Phil whatsoever. Like, I understand his hope is to get it out there, try to clean the slate, be honest with everybody, and have transparency. But the people...
He's not doing that, though. That's the issue.
People that are wanting for transparency don't care. They don't care.
I think they do, but Phil won't come clean about anything. Nothing is ever his fault, and that's all this interview fucking backed up.
About the transparency. All they want to do is fuck with him. over and over and over again. These people don't care that Phil filed for bankruptcy. Phil is on a podcast called Scott Side Scrollers, and they're drilling him about his bankruptcy and like things of that nature and like his monthly expenses currently.
A couple things that no one knows. I guess I have to. I don't want to do this.
Do you think he's still?
I really don't want to do this, but you know, again.
Do you think he's being?
Phil, you do what you're comfortable with, man.
Do I think he's telling the truth? Yes. I honestly believe Phil is telling you everything that Phil believes is the truth, right? Regardless if it's the truth or not. What he's telling me is what he construes as the truth.
Yeah, because he's so fucking delusional. He convinced himself of this fucking false reality being the real, situation.
Because to me, he seems like the kind of person that doesn't like to deal with problems. Like if he can go, here, I will give you this money, usually on a credit card, to deal with this problem for me, he will go that route.
And then doesn't think about how he's going to handle
right
the next problem.
The next problem and the next problem and the next one when they mount up. Because like you see, you seen like I recently, like all the bills just came at once.
Yeah.
Like we woke up one morning, we owed $3,000 to people. It's shit like that. Like DSP just puts it on a credit card.
Really
and
let
like
me go put the paper away. I'm going to tell you. Okay.
right.
He was babied.
Okay.
All right. I don't want to talk about shit, but I have to.
Let me click.
Oh, he's gonna cry.
Over.
No, you don't. You said like 30 minutes ago you don't give a shit, and it doesn't make a difference. So, pick a point. Pick a place to stand.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Either you don't give a shit and you're gonna move
Thank
on.
you for reminding me to change the
let the haters
name.
hate you no matter what because there's nothing to do, or try to appease them. It's not.
He's
you
gonna
can't be somewhere in the
cry.
middle where you're like, I might appease you. I might actually do this. I'll think about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Adam, I don't care
one
about
or the
that.
other.
I care about you guys. I care
So you're
about my
I care about you guys. I care about my viewers.
I care about
Right.
these neutral parties out there who've heard so much nasty
What up,
stuff
Jay?
about me. At least have a place to listen and hear my side. That's what this is. And I appreciate you guys so much for giving me this time. I really do. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional now thinking of,
Oh, he's gonna cry.
Honestly, if he wanted to give his side, he could have done this himself.
Amen.
He's basically trying to have a mediator come and do this.
Yeah, he's trying to convince a neutral third party that he's right so that then he can point to that person and be like, look, they even admit that my story adds up and they've never looked into me before and they would have no reason to think otherwise. Like, that's what Phil was hoping for. Phil thought he could go on there and bullshit them for 5 fucking hours straight, win them over because he wasn't expecting them to actually do the fucking research on him, and that was not the case whatsoever. Phil thought he was going to get his fucking ass cheeks buttered up and kissed, and instead, they held his ass to the fucking fire instead. Like, he was not expecting what they came with.
To me, this is a bad move by Phil.
But, all right, I'm just going to, fuck this. I'm going to do it. All right, I'm going to tell you a few things that no one knows without specifics. Okay, so it doesn't...
He doesn't want to reveal anything that could hurt his family, but he's going to reveal some shit about his family. Here we go, guys.
...really put anyone under the bus or anything. I've been involved in a few different, legal things over the years. I've been involved with medical issues, my own health and my wife's. All right, and it's not stuff I should talk about with my audience. I don't want my audience to come to my stream and be like, I want to give you a tip because I found out that you have maybe a medical issue or something going on. That's
Phil, you talk about your medical issues every single day. Oh, my back. Oh, my gout. Oh, my cherry juice got more expensive. Like, bro, you literally bitch and moan about your medical fucking issues all the time.
No one's business.
He bitched about his fucking back long enough for someone to give him a fucking gaming chair. Like, this is Phil we're talking about. This dude literally complained about his fucking sore back for so long that someone eventually broke down and bought him a new fucking chair.
I've said to let me explain. I've said to my audience, if you're going to come to a DSP Gaming or a DSP React stream, please come support me because you like me and my content. Okay?
Can we go ahead and ban Secondhand Snake, please? That guy actively
I don't want that pity
seek
party.
people to
Keep
come
that,
to my house and hurt me.
Let them celebrate whatever. Come and just support me for my content. If I tell you
Thank
stuff
you.
that's going on that are expenses, medical expenses, legal expenses, and it's again, I'm not going to tell you, I have some medical conditions. Okay.
This is your forum. Like, this is your forum, Phil. right? If there's some sort of like medical condition that is causing you to live, you know, paycheck to paycheck or stream.
I hope Phil realizes that these guys don't give a fuck about him. The guy on the right is obvious about it. The guy on the left is a little less obvious about it. He's comes off with that like tough love attitude.
To stream, you pride yourself on transparency. I can't think of.
But why would they give a fuck about him? They've never spoken to Phil before. They are a neutral third party assessing his situation. That's the best people to evaluate the state of Darkside Phil.
Anything more transparent than just telling your audience you have, you know, something going on. And like, you know what? People are people and they'll understand that. Like if God willing, I came out and you know, I had cancer or something bad happened, I would.
It's not that. It's definitely not that. Okay, I don't want to make anyone think that I'm trying to. Again, this is not a pity party here.
Right.
It's not that. It's that I have a few chronic lingering things that come back over the years.
Gout.
And then, you know, yes, there's a medical cost. There's deductible, of course. You know, you have to pay to a certain amount. In a nutshell, I've been involved with a few legal things, and I've been involved with some medical things. Okay, and essentially what's happened over the years is I can't really.
And this isn't going to help Phil, but my wife has cancer.
Pay them because of the financial situations that I've been in. Okay. And
did you pay any of those? Did you pay?
Yeah, she doesn't have the King's disease. AKA, I ate too much red meat and drank too much alcohol and gave myself gout.
Any of those things as business expenses?
I believe, and I don't know if this is true or not. Isn't it true that certain...
Well, he's getting emotional that he doesn't want to ask people for like tips because somebody like his wife or himself might have medical expenses. I'm just saying, like, he makes 66% more money than I do, and you know, even if you count Kelly's income with mine, they make more than double what we do, and we somehow manage to make it without, you know, being like, we need a GoFundMe.
Like your health insurance premiums and stuff is covered or is a tax deductible? I don't know.
No, it's not.
Again, I get asked this by my tax guy. I do. He says,
Your tax guy was asking you this?
He said, I just got an email the other day that said, we need your breakdown of what you paid for premiums, if you had any medical expenses, if you had any of this. We need all this to file your taxes properly.
It doesn't sound right, dude.
I don't know. Again, no, listen, please. Now, here's the problem.
I mean, like, what does his opinion say doesn't sound right?
He knows what he's doing. He's a
I mean,
professional.
but he clearly doesn't, because you've been in tax
it doesn't
issues.
sound like it.
No. My tax issues are not, or from before this shit. They really are. I used to have tax issues with the old account.
People asked and donated for me to react to this.
No, this person I have now.
I mean, if you don't want to watch, you don't have to.
Okay. I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. This guy is great, and I want people to understand that. Okay. But basically, okay, I have a few ongoing things. When you don't have credit anymore, okay, but you still owe. Some things can get erased, some things can't, all right, by a bankruptcy or whatever. And I'm in a situation where
his tax guy doesn't know what he's doing. If his tax guy, well, let me put it this way: his tax guy knowingly is committing tax fraud if he allowed him to put entire mortgages on his taxes as a write-off.
I have payment
Yep.
plans. So, for example, I incur a legal cost of several $1,000s. Okay.
If this tax guy even fucking exists.
Phil, you don't have to pay that today. You can pay it slowly.
Because let's not forget the DSP thought that moving to the state of Washington prevented him from having to pay federal income tax and not just state income tax. So if DSP has tax guys, quote unquote, that can't tell him that you don't have to pay federal income tax, like, bro, there's no way any of this shit lines up. No fucking tax like expert is going to say you can expense your entire mortgage, your fucking healthcare expense. That is not tax deductible shit, my guy. You can put money into a health savings account, which is tax deductible. That's okay, and then spend money from the health savings account for medical expenses. But if I break a fucking arm and I spend $800 at urgent care getting a cast, I can't fucking write that shit off on my taxes. I'm the one who broke my fucking arm. Like, oh, dude, this is wild.
Over time, here's your payment plan, right? With the IRS, I owe them back taxes. Phil, we understand. As long as you're in repayment status, you're paying this amount every month. This is, you know what I mean? So that's where my money goes. I'm embroiled in all these ongoing things.
That's the truth. IRS will do payment plans with you. My first year on YouTube, I had $15,000 of back taxes, and they set me up on a 3-year repayment plan.
And then just think about this. I'm streaming 6 days a week full time. I'm stressed some days, you know? And then I got to come on my stream and hear you blew all your money on mobile games. My wife and me are feeling so much stress.
My wife.
With this going on. And, you know,
dude, I think DSP's wife is like his alter ego that he refers to. I don't think he actually like talks about this shit with his actual wife. I think his wife is like an internal fucking voice inside of his head.
We didn't go on a honeymoon when we got married. We haven't been on a trip since 2019. We haven't done anything.
Phil, I get it. We understand, which is why, you know, we talked about therapy. We've talked about all these things. We understand, right? We've talked about all these things.
I hate people who took therapy out there like that's going to fix something.
You still haven't answered the question. I'm gonna
Agreed.
ask you really directly.
Therapy ain't worth shit.
Okay. On a month-to-month basis, how much money are you spending on WWE mobile games and or any other mobile games on a month-to-month basis? Are you spending on iTunes or any sort of mobile device?
Okay.
Just a straight dollar amount. Whatever it is, it's okay.
Okay. Do you want? Okay. This month, I have spent probably $10 to $15. That is an honest answer. And by the way, it wasn't on WWE Champions.
Did they ask him if he played WWE Champions?
Just curious.
Well, here we go, because you know if I tell you, they're just gonna blow it up. They're gonna.
No, okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it then. Don't worry about it. If
they already say it's a new game. It's a Street Fighter game.
Ah, okay, the new Street Fighter one. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it good?
It's all right. It's one of those you build a team of fighters. They fight against each other. It's not. You don't even actively play it.
Yeah.
See, and I think this part's significant too, because all right, let's say you're dealing with someone who admits, which Phil does, he admits in the past he was addicted to mobile games, okay? So we're dealing with someone who's a self-admitted mobile game addict. You know, how many former heroin addicts do you know that can say, like, yeah, I used to be really fucking addicted to heroin, but now I just use it every once in a while? Or how many people are, like, extreme alcoholics who are like, yeah, man, I used to be so fucking addicted to alcohol that it literally controlled my life. Now I just drink every once in a while. Like, how many cases does anybody hear about that? Yeah, I was a major gambling addict, but now I just bet on a couple sports games every week. How many times does that fucking happen? Because that's what Phil is expecting people to believe. Phil is basically expecting people to believe that he was this crippling mobile game addict to the point where it, like, enveloped his entire fucking life, but then all of a sudden he just quit cold turkey, never spent money on a mobile game for fucking years, and now we find out that he's been spending a little bit of money here and there since then. So not only did the story go from I've never spent money on these type of games since then to now, well, occasionally I'll spend $10 to $15. So he's giving up ground, but I doubt it's the full fucking story. You know, it's like, it's very fucking ironic in my opinion. I don't buy it. I don't fucking buy it. Like, how many people are like these crippling addicts that can say like, oh, well, yeah, you know, I was to the point where I literally couldn't control my own life, but now I just do it a little bit. Come on, man. This shit is just, it doesn't add up at all. The story constantly changes.
He actually meant to say 1,500. 10 to
yeah, 10, there you
10,000
go.
1,000, 1,500.
Dude, it's just, it's wild. I'm glad Wings isn't buying this shit. What is this?
I'm going to start selling drugs to kids for money.
Hell yeah.
That's just what I'm going to do. You can offer me millions and millions of dollars from drugs, right? I'm saying like, hey, kids, let's get together, let's talk, and as a good faith signaling, I'm going to give you each drugs for $50,000. I think we have a product that I can sell. I can make a lot of money. You got to step on people's backs for money. Give me 4 hours of your time, 6 hours of your time, once a week. I can make all of us millions and millions of dollars.
Bruh. All right, guys, I need to go to sleep. It's 5:20, so I'm gonna head to bed. Hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Big ups to everybody in the chat, and Kelly, we need to cook lasagna. There you go. But yeah, have a great Sunday, everybody, and great rest of your weekend, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace out, guys.